shot, he scores!
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
Welcome back here to McMorran Place. The ice is all green for tonight's matchup between the Prowlers and the Motor City Rockers as Port Huron celebrates St. Patrick's Day weekend. It's pub crawl day in Port Huron, and hopefully some of those who were curling around the area downtown have made their way here to McMorran Place to cheer on the Prowlers. And in case you were wondering who that was in the pregame open out during warm-ups wearing the hat and the beard, that was Brett Lockhart throwing on the hat and the beard for warm-ups here this evening. Again, St. Patrick's Day celebrations all around the Thumb Coast area this weekend. Well, it's a big opportunity for the Prowlers here tonight to pick up the season series victory over the Motor City Rockers if they get a win tonight. And that is thanks in part to their victory last night over Motor City, 6-2 in Fraser at Big Boy Arena. Fourth straight win for Port Huron as they get 6 different goal scorers in the victory, including Dylan Marty, who had his first pro goal. But 4 points from both Lucas Lockney and Reggie Millette led the way. Their line, along with Matt Graham, combined for 11 points in the game as the Prowlers clinched themselves a spot in the Commissioner's Cup playoffs. Take a look at the Empire Division standings. 3 X's down and 2 more to go. On the Empire Division side, Prowlers down to single-digit games left this season. They're now in 3rd place in the Empire, thanks to the victory coupled with the Wolves' crushing loss to Carolina. Watertown now just with 1 game in hand on the Prowlers, and again, it's a 2-point gap right now. Wolves' magic number is just 1 point tonight, and again, we have to count how many points the Motor City Rockers can get to, not HC Venom, because technically the Venom can get more points than the Rockers by the end of the year just by sheer number of games in hand. You see the Venom still 5 more, pardon me, I'm bad at math, games to play more than the Rockers. So going based on how many points the Rockers can get, the magic number is 1 for Watertown. So if they get any point in any fashion in their game tonight against Carolina, or against Denbury, pardon me, or this game here in Port Huron ends with any result other than a Rockers regulation win, which means any kind of Prowlers win or the Rockers an overtime or shootout victory, then the Wolves get the X next to their names. Of course, again, it's just a matter of when, not if, but tonight certainly looks like the night for the Watertown Wolves. Meanwhile, the Venom now just 7 points back of Motor City for that final play-in spot. And they're coming in hot, although they have a very tough schedule coming up the rest of the way. And that will really be the thing that may hold them back from getting that last play-in spot. Well, TJ Sneath returned from the IR for the Motor City Rockers last night to 2 assists, assisting on both goals by Eli Rivers. Nick Gullo had the other assist on both goals. He returned from a 2-month IR stint. Still sits third on the team in goals despite playing only 26 games this year. 13 goals, 25 points now for Sneath. And certainly a welcome return to a Rockers lineup that, again, I mentioned it briefly last night, averaging fewer than 3 goals per game, and that is not where you want to be. You want to be a playoff team in the FPHL, especially when you're averaging over 4 goals against per game. Well, the Rockers need goal scoring. They need offense. TJ Sneath, the guy who can provide it, and we'll see if he can find the back of the net here tonight. Prowlers, for the second straight night, will have a pro debut out there on the ice. This time it's Evan Mitchell, collegiate signing out of Chatham University. Played a year of college his freshman year. Tristan Sims, senior season back in 2021-22. Those two overlapping again for 1 season. He also played juniors in the USPHL Premier for the Hudson Havoc alongside Dylan Marty. So some familiarity inside that Prowlers locker room for Evan Mitchell, the new guy, as he makes his pro debut tonight. Normally will wear number 26, wearing number 6 tonight because of the specialty jersey night. Prowlers wearing special St. Patrick's Day themed jerseys, and anyone who's followed this league for, at least a month knows that sometimes during these specialty jersey nights, a player or two has to play with a different number, and that's exactly what we have here tonight. 7 points in 27 games for Evan Mitchell in his senior season at Chatham. Mitchell will slot into the extra forward slot, bumping Luke James from the lineup. Everybody else stays the same, including Dylan Marty, who again scored his first pro goal last night. Vinny DeCumbis with the empty netter, his first goal, the season first goal back in a Prowlers uniform. But again, that top line of Lockney, Graham, and Millette really ran the show for the Prowlers offensively, as the Rockers have hit the ice here at McMorran Place, soon to be followed by the Port Huron Prowlers as we get set on St. Patrick's Day celebration night here for the Battle of I-94. And we will take you down to ice level momentarily for the rest of tonight's pregame ceremonies. Well, we once again want to welcome you and thank you for tuning in with us for the Battle of I-94 Prowlers and Rockers from McMorran Place. We take you down to Austin Dunn, your public address announcer.
Number 18, Red Airplane by Mike Victor. We remind all members of the armed forces and veterans who are present but not in uniform that you may render the military salute. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a special welcome to the voice of the Prowlers and Sarah Dent.
Sarah Dent back on the anthem tonight here in Port Huron. Prowlers and Rockers getting set for tonight's Battle of I-94 matchup. First, we have a ceremonial puck drop here tonight. Greg and Sue Huddy will be dropping the puck. Of course, tonight's jersey sponsored by the Port Huron Elks Lodge, and Greg, a member of the Elks Lodge and for 38 years and an officer for 15 years. He's the current Metro District Deputy Grand Exalted Ruler and has been the secretary of the Port Huron Elks Lodge for 343 for the past 8 years. And Sue has been the membership secretary for the past 8 years as well, and they're celebrating their 45th wedding anniversary and 50 years together here tonight. Congratulations to both of them, and a great ceremonial puck drop here tonight for St. Patrick's Day celebration. Let's take a look at who's between the pipes tonight. For both sides, it'll be Ricky Gonzalez back for the Motor City Rockers once again. 41 saves on 46 shots last night in the loss. His 4th straight game as the starter for Motor City. As the Rockers continue to go back to him, again, they traded Trevor Babbitt at the trade deadline on Monday, and Bryn Sommerfeld is considered an emergency backup, so he would not be allowed to start. Meanwhile, for the Prowlers, Valtteri Nusiainen won 2 of the 3 games last weekend. In the 3-3, the Friday game against Watertown and the Sunday game against Athens, as the Prowlers alternate him and Ray Cooper for the 14th straight contest. Kroger Delivery Truck heading off the ice after delivering tonight's game. Pox Kroger, proud sponsor of the Port Huron Prowlers. In case you missed it, it is Tristan Sim between Dylan Marty, who scored his first pro goal last night, and Evan Mitchell, who's playing in his first pro game tonight. Up front for the Prowlers to start, Brett Lockhart and Mark Blaney, who made his pro debut last night. The defense pairing Valtteri Nusiainen between the pipes. Rockers starting with Yegor Kabateyev, Cody Oakes, and Hunter Hall up front. Timur Gavrilovich and Ryan Rotundi on the back end with Gonzalez between the pipes. And we're underway tonight from Port Huron as Gonzalez gets his first touch, steering the puck to the corner, and Evan Mitchell, wearing number 6 tonight, he'll wear number 26 when the Prowlers go back to wearing normal jerseys. Nice looking crowd here tonight at McMorran Place as Hall throws a big hit on Blaney. Hunter Hall is heading to the penalty box. Rockers started a big line, and now Rotundi going after Lockhart. Rockers started a heavy lineup to begin this game, trying to impose the physicality early. They take the first penalty of the night. It's Hall heading to the box. Prowlers Prowlers, of course, no strangers to the physical game. They can certainly give it right back. We'll see if they'll be able to do that throughout the rest of this game, but right now, they'll head to their first man advantage of the night. 26 seconds in, pardon me. Prowlers power play 1 for 3 last night, and the unit that scored out there right now, as Hall is in the box, 2 minutes for boarding. Reggie Millette takes it off the draw, fires it across to Lockney, and now Federley up top. Back over to Lockney. Prowlers set things up. Federley and Lockney continue to play catch. They go across to Millette. That kicked off his skate. Rim back around to Lockney. Pushed up high, Federley swings it on goal, just sent it wide, and Blaisdell able to clear only as far as Federley at neutral ice. Johnson turns it on for Millette. He walks the blue line. Over for Lockney, just couldn't bring that one in. Lockney down the boards. Minute 15 left on this Prowlers power play. Lockhart takes a look, he shoots, save Gonzalez. Rebound bounces around, and Lockney collects it behind the net. Tried to bank it in. Ends up going all the way down. Millette across to Lockhart as the Prowlers get the other unit out there now. Scantleberry flying in. Weaves through, shot, score! Welcome back, Tucker Scantleberry. An early goal. Prowlers up 1-0. That will be a power play goal, so the strategy backfires on the Motor City Rockers. Trying for physical intimidation on the opening shift. They take a penalty, and Tucker Scantleberry makes them pay with his 18th goal of the season. And he now ties Matt Graham for the team high in goals in his second game back from the inactive list after playing for the Knoxville Ice Bears the past few weeks. That puck into the Rockers bench, and we'll get another whistle. So Brent Lockhart and Reggie Millette picking up the assist on the goal by Tucker Scantleberry. That gets things going here at McMorran Place. Here's Brad Ryder looking for an answer for the Rockers. He turns it down deep, got past Wells. Benny DeCumbus hustling to it on the other side. Alex Johnson skates out with it. Johnson working on McGill. Diaz throws on the brakes. Back for Thelstrom, unloads, save Gonzalez, left a rebound, and Gonzalez looked behind him, but he had it. And he'll cover up for a whistle and a face-off. Well, Brent Lockhart back on the score sheet for the first time in 11 games, snaps a 11-game point drought, but for Lockhart, he's still been one of the Prowlers' best defensemen, even through that drought, as his plus-minus, despite not having points in a while, has been steadily moving up, hovering at around plus 20. He's at a plus 21 right now. It certainly feels good for him, I'm sure, to get back on the score sheet. Here he is with the puck now, and he cycles it down deep. Graham chasing after it. Pushed up top. Lockhart down and around. And Lockhart able to absorb contact from Matthias Tellstrom and knocked him down. Meanwhile, it's Lockney. Makes a move, gets to the middle of the ice on his backhand, floats it over to Blaney. Now Lockney with a steal. Turns, tried to put it on net, that was blocked. Graham lost it in his skates, and Rotundi gave it right away to Lockney, who's flying around the offensive zone. DJ Sneak tried to toss it out. Millette right back on it for the Prowlers. Turns the corner. Millette tried a stop-and-go move on Sneak. Put it up high to Heinzel. Wrister through and a save by Gonzalez. Graham first on the rebound. Prowlers continuing to buzz. And he tried to get Federley right off the bench. He had it poked away, but he gets it back. Lockney by himself. Scores! between his legs, Lucas Lockney. What a stark report here on Lucas Lockney. Put him on the highlight reel. .3:16 gone in period one. Prowlers up 2-0. And Lockney, after a 4-point night last night, extends his point streak to 10 games. Hard work in the offensive zone. Prowlers cycling it around for a couple of shifts in a row, and they get rewarded once again. Popped out in front, and Scantleberry able to rescue it. Took a funny hop off the stanchion, and out goes the puck. Colton trying to go across to Kabateyev. It's Simmons Fisher tripping up Hall, and Simmons Fisher is going to head to the penalty box, and the Rockers will get a chance to get themselves on the board as Austin Federley picks up the only assist on the goal by Lockney. All Prowlers early on, but Motor City to its first power play of the night. As the PK goes to work for the Prowlers, 2 for 3 last night on the penalty kill, as the Rockers got a goal from Eli Rivers on the man advantage. Tied at 1-1 in the first. Only 4 Rockers out there right now. Finally, Matthias Tellstrom has stepped out to join them. It'll be Rivers to take the draw against Tristan Sim. Rivers had both goals for Motor City in last night's game, and including that first period power play tally, as Sim bangs it off the boards all the way down. Well, Port Huron has the crowd into it early here tonight. And they'll try and use that energy to kill off this penalty. Sneath able to get the dump, let it go through for Tellstrom. Lockhart picks off a pass, only guy as far as Miguel Diaz at the point. Milam's one-timer, partially blocked by DeCumbus. He checks his skate to make sure the blade's still intact. Rivers in front, saved by Valtteri Nusiainen. And he clamps the glove down on top. That's the first shot of the game for the Motor City Rockers. Jameson Milam let that one-timer go. He sat himself last night. Head coach of these Motor City Rockers put himself back in the lineup tonight in favor of Mac Diver, the collegiate signing defenseman. Federley and Milam come together. Federley trying to force it through. Scantleberry able to turn and fire it down. And clear as the Prowlers have 1:11 left to kill on the Braden Simmons-Fisher tripping penalty. Miguel Diaz tosses it in. Nusiainen clears it around the wall himself. Miguel Diaz collects. Tellstrom walks the line, shadowed by Scantleberry. Milam drops it off for Miguel Diaz. Takes a look, walks to the middle. Miguel Diaz shoots, and that one kicked off of, I believe, Sneath right in front. Not sure if that got all the way through to Nusiainen. Milam up top, Miguel Diaz let it go, missed the net. Miguel Diaz once again. Sneath slides it along the ice and wide. Puck ends up in the near side corner, collected by Rivers. 25 seconds left on the Rockers' power play. Milam takes a look, shot partially blocked, pinball behind the cage. Now Rivers on the other side, takes a look off the side of the post, as he held it just long enough to allow Nusiainen to get in position. Rivers, Sneath on his backhand, that one just a bit outside. And Miguel Diaz back at the point, sent it all the way through off the corner boards. That's as good as a Prowler clear just as the penalty expires. The Prowlers get through that kill. But another penalty coming up here. And we will get it here. Prowlers back to the PK when we come back, but they're up 2-0. What a start for the home side here on St. Patrick's Day weekend.
SMR Automotive Systems is part of the Motherson Group and a proud community sponsor of the Port Huron Prowlers. We are one of the largest manufacturers of rear-view mirrors for passenger vehicles in the world, with local plants in Port Huron and Marysville. We strive to support our local communities and have positions available for various abilities and experience. Find out more about who we are at smr-automotive.com.
The Eastern Michigan Small Business Network, providing resources and funding to help start or grow your business. Small business support in participating Region 6 counties. Take advantage of the network's free training and events for entrepreneurs and small business owners. The Eastern Michigan Small Business Network aims to boost your chances of success. Learn more about the network's Small Business Cohort Program. With rentable workspaces, business coaching, training, and funding opportunities, it's time to become a client of the Eastern Michigan Small Business Network.
Early stages of period one. In case you're just joining us, Prowlers get goals from Tucker Scantleberry and Lucas Lockney, and they're up 2-0. But they're getting set to kill their second penalty of the game. It's Scantleberry in the box for cross-checking. Rockers got one shot on goal on that first man advantage. Back on their heels were the Motor City Rockers, but they did get some good offensive zone time towards the end of that power play. They'll try and build on that momentum. Josh Colton over to Ryder. It's the other unit out for Motor City. First unit played the whole first power play. Gullo quickly across to Colton, misfired, and that's as good as a Prowler clear. Doug Blaisdell steps up with it, over to Colton. Now Colton gets it back, trying to beat it back across. That puck bouncing and got away from Ryder. Blaisdell over to Gullo. Back pedals, walks the line, back to Blaisdell. Simmons, Fisher, and Wells set up right in front of Nucianis. Colton's pass through to Blaisdell, missed him. Prowlers have a 3-on-2 short-handed. Bussell tried to go all the way across, hit his own man DeCumbus, and now a 2-on-1 for Motor City. Ryder across, Wells takes it, saved by Nucianin, and the clearing attempt blocked, comes right back to Lockhart, and he gets it down ice. That shot actually may have been blocked. I don't think that got all the way to Nucianin. May have hit the back-checking Jamie Bussell. Miguel Diaz back in his own end, 44 seconds left on his team's power play. Miguel Diaz off the corner board, sneak the drive, and Nucianin ready for it, and he's got the rebound too. Matthias Tellstrom came in with that second shot, and Valtteri Nucianin got them both. 31 seconds left in the Rockers' second power play of the period. Valtteri Nucianin on a 3-start win streak, trying to make it 4 here tonight. In case you missed the pregame show, Prowlers can clinch the battle of I-94 victory for the season with a win here tonight. They're off to a hot start. Milam pulls it out. He's up top to Miguel Diaz. Now Tellstrom, down low Rivers. Back up high. Tellstrom off of Marty and out of the zone. Final seconds ticking off of Scantleberry's penalty. Miguel Diaz spins back. Now he heads up ice. Back to 5-on-5. Tossed in, Blaney first on it, claps it up the near side boards. DeCumbus tried to skate into it, chopped back by Oakes. Blaney over for DeCumbus, got a stick on it, has to head back after it. Hall got it across, and the lead pass for Rotundi touched in. Blaney pokes it away from Hall. Lockhart around the boards, Rotundi kept it in, sent on goal, deflected over top of the cage by Hunter Hall. Blaney able to work it to the line, but not out. Lockhart keeps it moving. And now Sims starts a rush out. Indirect feed, Scantleberry heading after it in the offensive zone. Up top, Johnson, right down Main Street, off the back glass. Tried to pick that top corner. Lockney weaves through a few Rockers, gets back in, centering feed, they score! It's Thelstrom on the receiving end, and he puts it in the back of the net. 3-0 Port Huron. Seventh of the year for Matthias Thelstrom. That's 3 goals on 8 shots for the Prowlers in less than 9 minutes. And you wonder if Zach Zilkanich, standing behind the Rockers bench, or Jamison Milam there in uniform, might have thought about taking a timeout. They do not, and we continue to play on. Blaisdell fed it up. That one tipped all the way down. Icing waved off. Johnson out to play it. On for Matt Graham. As Millette hustling to join him. Lockney as well. Graham to the trailer. Thelstrom. He shoots off the post. That close to his second in short order. Millette works out of the corner to the net. Saved by Gonzalez. And Graham puts it home. A 4-goal explosion for the Prowlers in the first 9 minutes and 35 seconds. The rout is on early. And now the Rockers call their timeout. Well, the fans here in Port Huron getting a show early from their home team. They came in knowing that they can win the Battle of I-94, knowing that they can get their 5th straight win, and knowing that they can keep themselves in 3rd place in the Empire Division with a victory. They've come out guns a-blazing. A 4-goal first period, again, not even halfway through it. The most goals the Prowlers have scored in a first period this season, and the second most goals the Prowlers scored in any period this season. We'll get the announcement for that last goal. So that line that ran the offense last night, Graham, Millette, and Lockney, all cash in on that goal. It's all Port Huron early. How about 3 points for Lucas Lockney already? Goal and 2 helpers for him as Simmons Fisher rims it up to Federley. And now Bussell cross to Skittleberry, fires it down and around. Prowlers look to get right back to work. Bussell up high, Heinzel fanned on the shot, still with the puck, sends it down low again. To a side scrum, Federley and sneak digging for it. Skittleberry able to pull it out of the pile. Takes a look, drops it up for Simmons Fisher working down the wall, all the way around the cage. Turnaround try, and Gonzalez has that one. Bussell spinning away from McGill Diaz. And now Milam gets it right back, and now he'll head up ice with some space. That one tipped in by Thelstrom. Nusian played away from Yegor Kabateyev. Marty trying to send Heinzel on his way. Adam Heinzel into the offensive zone, drops it off for Sim. Now DeCumbis, outside try, and Gonzalez got the blocker on that. Hall, pass out for Kabateyev. Looking for Sam Genyon, cut off by Lockhart. Sim sidestep part of that check, but not all of it, from Ryan Rotundi. And Marty finishes his hit on Kabateyev. Hall lost the puck in his skates. Genyon swoops in for it. Off for Hall, knocked away by Sim. Lockhart able to toss it out of the zone. And it drops for Ryan Rotundi in his own end. 8:40 to go in period one. That score you are seeing on the board is not a typo. It is 4-0 Prowlers. They have been all over the Rockers early in this hockey game. Gullo's pass picked off. Lockney over to Millette. Trying to shoulder off a check. Lost it to Blaisdell. Wells for Gullo. Gets into the Prowler zone. His shot swallowed up by Valtteri Nusiainen, and he'll hang on for a whistle and a face-off. Take another timeout. Prowlers up by 4. 8:09 left to go in the first period.
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is.
It's not...
Not a Big Mac.
Chicken Big Mac?
Chicken bag, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, and pickles on a sesame seed bun. Enjoy.
The chicken Big Mac.
It's not a Big Mac.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
Prowlers rolling at McMorran Place. Less than 12 minutes into period one. It is 4-0 for the home side. Lucas Lockney has a goal and 2 assists already. Tucker Skittleberry a goal and an assist. Reggie Millette a couple of helpers. Matt Graham and Ludwig Thelstrom have both found the back of the net. Prowlers getting off to one of the hottest starts I have ever seen from this team. This is my 3rd year here with Port Huron. Off this face-off, sent towards the net. That was blocked by the centers who were still tied up. Thelstrom led on for Lockney, and he tips it in. Blaisdell had Millette get there ahead of him. They tie up in the corner, right back on that puck. Colton throws a check on Millette. Wells trying to bounce it out. And Johnson recollects in neutral ice. Johnson up to Graham, off his stick and into the offensive zone. Gonzalez trying to exchange with Colton. That wasn't clean, but he's able to get it over to Blaisdell. Now as Port Huron finishes up getting fresh troops on the ice. Blaisdell steps up over his blue line, fanned on the pass, comes back for it as the Prowlers were all the way back in their defensive position. Nusiainen leaves it for Simmons Fisher. Hand off for Heinzel. Scantleberry tips it out of the zone, and Colton goes back in his own end. Shots right now 12-4 in favor of the Prowlers, and they have the 4-0 lead. At least 12-4 here in the building. Heinzel gave it away, and Rivers' backhand try. Stopped by Nusiainen, and then Nusiainen has to clear it away as Matthias Tellstrom almost got a chance in tight. Scantleberry the other directions. Sticked aside by Gonzalez. Now Scantleberry with it. Trying to turn the corner up top. Takes another lap around the zone, sets it out in front, and Marty just whiffed right in front of the cage on that rebound. And Marty finished his check. He's going to get a penalty as the puck was iced. TJ Sneath slow to his skates. Well, the 3rd Rockers power play of this opening 20 minutes. Dylan Marty the guilty party. And elbowing is the signal. So the Rockers with yet another chance to get themselves on the board. Some more chatting you saw there between Jamie Bussell and Nick McGill-Diaz. A couple of alternate captains having words. The Rockers power play 0 for 2 so far. 3 shots so far on the man advantage for Motor City. Graham and Gullo locking for this face-off. Prowlers did have a shorthanded goal last night. It was into the empty net, though, courtesy of Vinny DeCumbis. And now looking for another as Graham picked off the pass from Blaisdell, but couldn't move up the ice with speed. Blaisdell settles it down. Drop it off for Gullo. Skates up the left wing side. Gullo chips it around. Johnson heads after it. Around through Ryder. Up to Colton. Quickly across to Blaisdell. Back this way. Ryder. Gullo. Colton unloads the one-timer. Waffle boarded by Nusiainen. Seam pass knocked away. Ryder to Wells. Up high Gullo. Colton watched by Federley. Tried to go back to Gullo. He and Graham both swiped at the puck and missed. Meanwhile, Ryder in front for Wells. Tried a backhand pass, shot in front. And Nusiainen shuts it down. Blaisdell looking for Colton. Hopped over his stick and out of the zone. 56 seconds left in the power play for Motor City. Comes right in on Nusiainen. He elects to cover up and get a whistle and a face-off. Being DeCumbis out there, we just mentioned that he had the shorthanded goal into the empty net last night. That was his first goal back with Port Huron as he heads to the bench. This is game number 7 here tonight for DeCumbis this season. Another reminder that he has to play every single game to be eligible for the playoffs. There's Tellstrom. Floats it down and around. Milam down for Rivers. Bounce it back up. Milam takes a look. He shoots and missed it on the short side. Roussel couldn't get it out. Lockhart picks off a pass, and Simmons Fisher softly off the boards and down ice. 20 seconds left in the Rockers' power play. Sneath on the right wing. Wraps it all the way around. Milam collects on the other side. DeCumbis took it away from him, and now Scantlebury's up shorthanded with numbers. Scantlebury fires, and a save by Gonzalez. He hangs on for a whistle and a face-off. Dylan Marty standing in the box. He'll have to hang out there for another 2 seconds as we head to our final timeout here on the PHP Network.
At Hungry Howie's, we have a flavor philosophy. It's that you deserve to mix and match the most delicious flavor you've ever had with even more of the most delicious flavor you've ever had. But how can you mix and match the most delicious flavor twice at the same time? Well, we're not in the business of logic. We're in the business of blowing your flavor-loving mind with flavor upon flavor. Philosophize on that. Get any 2 items on the mix and match menu, including the 2-topping flatbread pizza for $6.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's!
Two seconds left on the penalty to Dylan Marty. 4:22 left to go in the Munger Physical Therapy first period. Prowlers with a 4-0 lead, and to some surprise, they did not score between the last 2 TV timeouts. Oh well, they're still killing off this penalty, but they will be 3 for 3 on the PK in just a couple of moments. Mitchell chipped it to Sim, got past him as he overskated it. And now Oakes trying to get it out of the zone. Lobs it down, heads after it. And he gave it away to Alex Johnson. Chipped up to Evan Mitchell, and he dumps it around. In case you missed the pregame show, Evan Mitchell making his pro debut tonight. Rookie out of Chatham University. He heads off to the bench. Timur Gavrilovich works in, stymied by the Prowlers defense, and the Prowlers work back up. It's Lockney to the middle. His shot knocked down by Gonzalez. And Rotundi spun it back behind his own cage, popped it out, roulette, and he missed it high and wide from right in the middle of the ice. Roulette again, but Kabateyev able to poke the pass away from him. Popped up on Lockney. And Ryder works back in, squeezed off by Adam Heinzel, comes to the middle of the ice, and UCI let it go through for Millette. He takes a look. Back behind his own cage, Port Huron getting some fresh bodies out on the ice. Adam Heinzel hanging out behind his own net now. Prowlers in no hurry, under 3 to play in period 1. They're up big. Federley at the red line, moves it along into Scantleberry. Outside try, rose it over top of the cage at Karam past Simmons. Fisher at the point. Heinzel back behind his own cage once again. Let's go Prowlers chant starting from the McMorran crowd. Bussell enters the offensive zone. Working on Blaisdell, takes him to the boards. Loose puck, Blaisdell had it poked by Bussell, and now Wells works out of his own end. Federley tried to cut him off. Blaney across to Lockhart, selling down that puck. Finds Scantleberry, cross corner dump, and Marty heads after McGill Diaz. Marty takes the body on McGill Diaz. Blaney centering pass off of Scantleberry. Sims swoops in, centering feed again, and Scantleberry missed. Lockhart a drive, and Gonzalez got a piece to send it up out of play. Under 2 to go in period 1, and the Prowlers up big. We want to invite you to tune in to the Moses Roses Smoke Break first intermission report. We'll take a look at the highlights from last weekend's 3-3 for Port Huron here at McMorran Place. A couple of resounding victories, few resounding victories over the Watertown Wolves and the Athens Rock Lobsters. We'll also take a look at some storylines from around the league today, out-of-town scores, and much more. It's all coming up. Moses Roses Smoke Break first intermission. That shot off a stick ends up on the near side. Blaney gets it deep. Sim down for DeCumbus. Spinning up the boards, try to continue the cycle. Marty up to the point. Walks the blue line around Tellstrom. Sim try to go back in front. DeCumbus turnaround try, looking for Marty. Couldn't bring it in on his backhand. Marty with a setup. Cycled it back to the far side. DeCumbus beats Milam to it. Graham up to the point. Lockhart works his way downhill. Lockhart in front, looking towards Graham, and he recollects on the other side as that puck slipped all the way through. Millette to DeCumbus. Down to Graham. Put it out in front. Millette back on it. He works out along the wall. Gets to the blue line. Wrist shot. Blocked up by traffic. Graham and Milam go down. Puck tied up underneath. Johnson finds it. Up for Millette, but he couldn't settle down that saucer pass. Prowlers having their way with the Rockers right now. Lockney back in, drops the shoulder all the way around the cage. Still on it, and he cycles it deep. Bussell collects around towards Federley. He and Kabateyev canceled out. Gagnon grabs it on the other side. Gavrilovich to Rivers. Gagnon bangs it in, and Usiainen stops it. Plays it up the glass right into Gavrilovich. Hall had his stick lifted. Johnson takes the loose puck. Bounced it all the way up, looking for Scantleberry at the Rocker blue line, but Gavrilovich stepped in between, and that's going to do it for period number 1 here at McMorran Place. Prowlers getting an ovation from the fans after a heck of an opening 20 minutes. They could do whatever they wanted in the offensive end, controlling play, and they are rewarded with a 4-0 lead. Shots on goal in that opening period, favoring the Prowlers 17-7, according to the in-arena shot clock. And it's the Prowlers all over the Rockers so far tonight. As frustration may have hurt it Nick McGill-Diaz slamming the glass over on the Rockers bench before he heads off the ice. Well, stick around for the Moses Roses smoke break. First intermission report, take a look at the highlights from last weekend's 3-3 for the Prowlers. 3 close games, 3 victories for Port Huron over some pretty good teams. Also take a look at some storylines from around the FPHL, out of town scores and more, all coming your way in the Moses Roses smoke break. First intermission report, so don't go anywhere and keep it locked in on the PHP network. Prowlers celebrating 10 years in Port Huron, and now's your chance to get limited edition 10th anniversary gear at the Prowlers team store. Located on the west end of McMorran Arena at every home game or online anytime at prowlersmerch.com. You can scan the QR code on your screen now to visit the online shop. Look your POHO best with gear from the Prowlers team store. The home side has all the momentum so far tonight at McMorran Place. Prowlers 4, Rockers 0. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers hockey on the PHP network.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Grab your friends and head to Bella Bola, a local pizza spot located in the heart of downtown Port Huron. Our menu is full of timeless favorites made fresh in our on-site pizza oven. Available for pickup or delivery. Just don't fight over the last slice.
Seriously, not even that much better than you.
Should've just got a ticket from phprowlers.com.
I should have just bought tickets at phprowlers.com.
I got it!
I should have just got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
I should have got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
They should have just got tickets
at phprowlers.com.
Graspy all the way across to Powell. walks in, makes a move and a save by Valtteri Nussiainen. He leaves no rebound. Involved in a two-a-side scrum. Styles came in to help out. Marcus Depwolf in there as well. One-timer by Wayland, juggled and held by Valtteri Nussiainen. Elisavita over to Flanagan. Now Botero up the boards, kept in by Parsons. Floats it through, deflection, they score! Luke James on the tip, and the Prowlers get a late one in period one to break the ice. Curls up to the boards, works his way up high, backhands it deep, Lochte scores! Millette with a soft backhander towards the slot. Lucas Lochte able to whack it over the glove pad of Brendan Colgan. And the Prowlers, just a minute two into period two, have doubled their lead. Bussell line out there right now for the Prowlers. And Federley takes the face-off. Out to Bussell, one-timer, he scores! And now all three lines have contributed offensively tonight, and the Prowlers have a 3-0 lead. Gets up top, over to Henning. Wrists it down low, and a save by Nussiainen as Gaeta got a piece. And we are underway in the final 20 minutes of regulation tonight. Gaeta with a steal, down low, Lord, stoned by Valtteri Nussiainen. Johnson seems to be all right as he goes back for his stick. Meanwhile, it's Graspy in front of Lord. Saved by Nussiainen. 3 players on each side trying to pull it out. And finally, Prowlers able to work it to Matt Graham. Over to Lochte on the left wing. His shot, he scores! Lucas Lochte with a wrister from the outside. And Lavoyer missed it. And the Prowlers have an early lead. Dahlstrom tried to make a pass up, blocked away. Holden down to Ronan, one-timer. And Cooper able to slide over and make the save. Gallant dancing on Heinzel. Gallant got to the other side, saved Cooper, and he's able to keep the rebound out. Shinkarik throws a hit on Graham, whips it out up top. Federley shot got through. Graham on the rebound, pinballs around, and they score! It's Lochte with his second, a power play goal has tied things up. Lukariev slips it out. Russell on goal. That one didn't get all the way through, and Gallant from in tight got a shot away. Reed Cooper able to make the save. Gave it away. Here comes Johnson on a breakaway. Saved by Cooper as he shut it down. He gets his way into the offensive zone. Throws on the brakes. Colatarsi a drive. Saved by Cooper. The rebound was there. And Cooper with a second stop. Heinzel clears out of the zone. Card able to get around Millette to the net. Save by Cooper. As Picard ended up shooting it right into Reed Cooper's chest. They try and get themselves an OT winner. Here's Milan. One-timer blocked by Heinzel. Lobsters regain control. Gallant tries the one-timer. That one blocked by Bussell. Down low for Weisblatt. Back to Shinkarik. Takes the shot, blocked by Bussell, out of play. Milan walks the line. Drive, kick, saving a beauty by Matt Graham. And if there's a specialty for Austin Federley, you might call it the shootout. Here he comes. Swings to the right side in no hurry. Federley works in, he scores! Milan, the leader in goals, assists, and points for this Lobsters team. Scored their first goal tonight. And here he comes, swinging to the right. Milan back to the middle, makes a couple of fakes. Cooper pokes it, and the Prowlers win! Puck just disagreed with him. Here's Weisblatt the other way to Russell, and a save by Nussiainen in tight. Bussell hands it off forward to Cumbus, trying to pull it out, gets it back. And now DeCumbus works his way to the middle, comes over to Johnson, takes a look, he shoots, he scores! Alex Johnson finds the twine. The Prowlers break the ice. Now here comes Philip Virgili. Swings to his left. Works in on the forehand, and Nusiainen shuts the door. Prowlers have 3 defensemen on the ice. Simmons Fisher lined up in the slot right on the near side of the circle, just in case that means anything. And now Simmons Fisher is going to go with Powell, the big men, 6'6", 240 Kyle Powell, and 6'7", 240 Braden Simmons Fisher. Powell was spun around. Simmons Fisher throwing right hands, trying to grab on with his left, and Simmons Fisher down to the ice, back to his skates. They're still whacking away. Rock'em, sock'em. Simmons Fisher with the right hand. Now a couple of lefts from Simmons Fisher. Powell trying to come back, and Simmons Fisher sends Kyle Powell down to the ice. Taken in hard, Graham able to bounce it up to Thelstrom. Now Graham across looking for Federley. Takes a look, he shoots, save by Rosenzweig, puck's loose, and they score! Poked home at the crease, a power play goal puts Port Huron back in front. There's Gallant, hassled by Stiles, centering feed came all the way through, saved Nusiainen, and he got the rebound too on Shinkarik. Frazee hustling to negate the icing. Frazee to Marty, didn't get much on that one-timer as he was tied up. And now Simmons Fisher walks in, he scores! First pro goal for Braden Simmons Fisher breaks the tie. Milan won it back, Gavrilovic to the net from the outside, hit the side of the cage, popped out in front, and Nusiainen comes up with a huge save. Here's Weisblatt making a move on Heinzel, taken down, Nusiainen the save, Milan blocked by Johnson in the crease. Kolatursi shot stopped by Nusiainen, and Marty gets it out. We'll see how the Prowlers can deal with this. Gallant centered, Picard stoned on the doorstep by Valtteri Nusiainen. Back here in Port Huron, Prowlers dominating the Motor City Rockers right now 4-0 through 20 minutes of play. Will Wiggleman here with you on the PHP Network. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Before we get back to the action on the ice, take a look some things that happened around the league earlier today. We start with the HC Venom signing Trey Fisher, a former Dasher who was released back on February the 24th, 14 points in 35 games for the Dashers this season, now gets a chance with the Venom. Bobcats adding a collegiate signing in Ashton Collazo earlier today out of Framingham State, 14 points in 25 games this season for Framingham State, 67 points in 101 career NCAA Division III games. Zydeco made a couple of moves. They get Gehrig Lindberg back active, and they also signed Richie Colarusso, who played a game with the Binghamton Black Bears before being released. Colarusso out of St. Anselm, teammate of Mark Blaney this season. 12 points in 25 games for Colarusso. Meanwhile, Lindberg was with Peoria in the SPHL. 13 points in 21 games for the Zydeco this season, but has been inactive since December. So the Zydeco trying to load back up, or able to load back up, at least getting Lindberg back and trying to load up with Colarusso as a college signing. As they are in action tonight. against the Athens Rock Lobsters. We'll show you that score in just a few moments. But first, we start with the Binghamton Black Bears, who have a 1-0 lead on the Carolina Thunderbirds in the second period, about midway through period 2. Austin Thompson, the only goal in Binghamton after Carolina crushed Watertown last night 7-1. Still searching for their first goal of the game. Isaiah Paris has the only goal in Biloxi, the former Prowler, with his first goal as a Seawolf in game number 11 with Mississippi. 1-0 Seawolves, early stages of period number 2. They face off against the Dashers. Still scoreless at Hitachi Energy Center down in Wytheville, Virginia. Bobcats and Venom looking for the game's first goal. Late stages of period 1. It's John Moriarty between the pipes tonight for the Venom, and Anthony Schrum, the netminder for the Blue Ridge Bobcats, making his pro debut here tonight. Well, we know the Prowlers had a great first period. So did the Columbus River Dragons. They also scored 4 in the opening 20 minutes, and they are up 4-0 on the Monroe Moccasins early in period 2. Austin Doe, Tristan Reed, Alex Torjahan, and Justin McDonald, the goal scorers for the Dragons. And for Reed, he gets his first pro goal. Finally, the Rock Lobsters and the Zydeco getting set to drop the puck in just a few minutes down in Baton Rouge at Raising Cane's River Center. No word yet on the starting netminders for that one. Of course, here it is 4-0 for the Prowlers. We take a look at the stats from that opening period, and the only criticism you could say is stay out of the box for Port Huron. Other than that, cycling it down deep for minutes at a time, deep in Rocker territory, and putting goals on the board, getting rewarded for their hard work. It started early, it started often, and it was 4-0, 9 minutes and 35 seconds into the game. Things kind of tapered off from there, slowed down a little bit. The Prowlers with a great penalty kill as well in that opening period, outshooting the Rockers 17-7. 3 for 3 on the PK, 1 for 1 on the power play, and it all adds up to an excellent 20 minutes for the home side. As the Rockers hit the ice, soon to be followed by the Port Huron Prowlers. We take a look at tonight's PHP Network trivia question. Of course, we had to give you some St. Patrick's Day themed trivia for the St. Patrick's Day game, and we wanted to know, where was the first St. Patrick's Day parade held? We had one here in Port Huron earlier this afternoon. We want to know where the first one ever, at least according to my Google search, was held. So put your guess in the comments section, and we will give you the correct answer coming up at the start of period number 3. Ricky Gonzalez stretching out in the goal crease down to our right. He made 13 saves on 17 Prowlers shots. While Terry Nusiainen setting up in the goal crease down to our left, 7 saves on 7 Rockers shots. And once again, it's important to note that Ricky Gonzalez cannot get any kind of relief except for injury, as Bryn Sommerfeld is listed as the emergency backup goaltender for the Motor City Rockers. So unless there's an injury, well, Ricky Gonzalez will be between the pipes for the entire 60 minutes here tonight. And we'll see if the Rockers can give him a little bit of a better effort here in period 2, as Kabateyev and Sim get set to draw. Now we're underway in the Hungry Howie's second period. Rotundi moves it around. Hall looking for Oakes. Got past him, but did come in on Nusiainen, so no icing. Blaney behind his own net. Up for Mitchell. Tried to move it along for Marty. That was bounced back. Delayed offside. Prowlers touch up. Oakes, head man feed for Hall. He dumps it deep. Both he and Blaney lost their sticks. Meanwhile, Lockhart reverses for Tristan Sim. Heinzel got a touch on that puck. Colton tried to bounce it back towards Prowler ice. Instead, it's Lockhart all by himself. Tried to toe drag. Mitchell turns and fires, and a save by Gonzalez. Left a rebound. And it was cleared away by Blaisdell. Lockhart keeping the Prowlers on the attack with a dump. Blaisdell out for Tellstrom and touched along for TJ Sneath. Federley able to stop him up. Tellstrom follows Sneath and he dumps it in. Nusiainen dropped it for Simmons Fisher. Scantleberry had it caught up in his skates. Shot from the point by Colton was blocked. And then his dump attempt hit Simmons Fisher. Cross corner, send in by Scantleberry, bounced around to the far side by Federley. Sneath tosses it over towards Rivers, and Simmons Fisher stepped up on him. Whistles blow, maybe Sneath offside at the Motor City line, as he was trying to time that. Actually, they say it was knocked down with a high stick, I believe. That was the signal from the linesman. Draw will come all the way back in front of the Prowlers bench down near Rocker territory. Off this face-off. Comes back for Thelstrom. Now Millette, right wing side. Tied up with Ryder. McGill Diaz out for Wells. He was surrounded, so he dumped it in. Johnson the first one there. Left it off for Thelstrom. Ryder stole it, spinning on Johnson. Taking a look, and he goes over to Gullo on the far side. Milam at the top, fake the shot, now he puts it through, kick save, Nusiainen, and the puck ends up in the near side corner. Millette picks off a pass, and he heads the other direction. And Lockney in, but offside at the Rocker line. Tonight's referees are Steve Gowdy and Cody Lang, the linesman Jamie West and Colin Pons. No goals yet here in period two. Prowlers still riding that 4-0 lead that they came into the second period with. Timur Gavrilovich over for Rotundi. Kabateyev tips it in. Nusiainen reverse over to the near side. Hall tries to work up the boards for Kabateyev. His shot tipped wide, I believe. Gagnon got the biggest piece on it, as the return feed to the net was wide. Hall a shot, he scores! Sam Gagnon found Hunter Hall in that left wing face-off circle, and he rips home his first as a Rocker. And Motor City has some life early in period two. Overall for Hall, his fourth goal of the year. Again, his first since being acquired last week from the Blue Ridge Bobcats in exchange for a player to be named later. Rockers get themselves on the board on their 10th shot of the game. Simmons Fisher keeps it in front of him. Now Blaisdell. Try to dump it in. Heinzel for Simmons Fisher. Long lead pass on for Scantleberry. Tried to go over to Bussell. Scantleberry entered the offensive zone. Bussell had to wait for him to come back out. Blaisdell up for Kabateyev. Knocked away by Millette. Looking for Scantleberry off the boards. Heinzel collects on net, and a save by Gonzalez. Lofted out of the zone. Simmons Fisher flags it down. Graham tried to touch it along. Millette slipped it down deeper. Blaisdell had trouble with it. Millette knocks it down to Lockney. Trying to shake off Blaisdell. Spins in the corner, hands off for Graham. Got away from Kabateyev. Lockney behind the cage. Takes a look. in front looking for Millette. That was knocked away, and Heinzel couldn't keep it in front of him and in the zone. Millette chased back to his own end by Sneath. Backpedaling, sends a pass up to Graham, tried to tip it along right into Colton. Now Graham heading after the loose puck. He and Blaisdell come together as they chop at it. Millette off the board, spinning on Tellstrom. One-timer knocked down by Gonzalez as Evan Mitchell got a good chance. Here's Mitchell on the puck. Tried to feed it out. That was taken away by Tellstrom. And the Rockers move up ice. Tristan Sim back to the Prowler bench, doubled over. Meanwhile, pass comes across. Colton shot, stopped by Nusiainen. Rebound poked to the boards. Tellstrom first on it there. Johnson out for DeCumbus. Bussell works his way in. Slips through a check. Mitchell knocked down. Wells comes out with the puck off the glass out of the zone. Simmons-Fisher back for it, over to Lockhart. Gave it right back to Braden Simmons-Fisher. And he goes behind the net once again to his defense partner for this shift. Got through. Wells down low for Gullo, out for Ryder, tried to put it on net. That one popped up in the air and lands on the near side. Bussell tossed it out. Miguel Diaz quick up. Gullo lost the handle. It's knocked back to neutral ice. This time Ryder tries to enter the offensive zone. It's the shot on the short side. Scantleberry able to chip it out. Lockhart up for Federley, and he tips it in. 14:21 left to go in period 2. Rockers with the only goal of the frame. As Wells took a hard hit from Adam Heinzel, crowd reacting to that. Millette spun back by Wells as he heads off for a change. Now it's Hull's turn to chase after Reggie Millette. Scantleberry takes in that pass. Works his way in. His shot stopped by Gonzalez. And the puck off the glass in the near side corner. Graham down for Scantleberry. Couldn't wrap it out in front. Millette collects the loose puck. Heinzel on net. Stopped by Gonzalez. Rebound cleared away by Rotundi. Kabateyev tosses it out. Loose puck on the blue line. And Rotundi backhands it around. Johnson trying to move it up, couldn't do it. Hall trying to fight through a couple of checks. Oakes comes in for the puck. Cycle for Kabateyev. Now to Hall. Looking for Oakes, has him. Graham right on top of him. He pushes him into the boards. Suicide scrum. Johnson looking for the puck, but slips out to Lockney. Toss off the glass, out of the zone, all the way down. Marty wins the race to negate the icing. Marty throws on the brakes behind the net, had two Rockers on him, and Gavrilovich able to rim it over to Oakes. Lead pass exploded off of Riverstick. He got back to it, and Nusiainen forced to make a glove save. And the referee gets the whistle. As Nusiainen hung on, it was actually in his equipment, not in his glove. But he couldn't drop it, preventing DeCumbus right there. Rockers with the only goal so far in period 2. Prowlers still up by 3. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers hockey on the PHP Network.
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is.
It's not
a Big Mac.
Chicken Big Mac?
Chicken bag, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, and pickles on a sesame seed bun. Enjoy.
The chicken Big Mac.
It's not a Big Mac.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Live where you work. Work where you play. Is your work commute making you miserable? Quit the commute. Explore hot jobs in St. Clair County paying $40,000 to $100,000 or more. Visit stclairhotjobs.com. Spend more time doing what you love. If you're not currently living in St. Clair County, or you know friends or family that moved away but are ready to come back, then visit stclairhotjobs.com to find a new job and make the move.
They're doing the wave here at McMorran Place, which I'll be honest is a little tough to do with the way the seating is arranged. Not too much seating behind the nets. They're doing a pretty good job of it. 12:39 left to go in the Hungry Howie's second period. Prowlers lead has been cut to 4-1 on a goal by Hunter Hall. Sam Gagnon and Yegor Kabateya have picked up the assists on that tally as the puck hits the protective netting out of play. Gagnon back in the lineup tonight in the place of Chris Corrigan after Gagnon was scratched last night. 10th assist, 13th point of the year for Gagnon. Kabateyev, his first assist as a Rocker, previously had 2 goals in 11 games coming into tonight with Motor City after being acquired from the Dashers via HC Venom. Icing called here against the Prowlers. 12:25 now up on the clock. Those great green jerseys you see there for the Prowlers tonight, they will be auctioned off for the Port Huron Elks Lodge. They're the ones putting together tonight's fundraiser. And it was a bit of an impromptu that the Prowlers were to wear these jerseys. It was not a planned promo night at the beginning of the year. The Elks Club enjoyed military night so much that they decided to do another one. St. Patrick's Day became the choice. And these jerseys certainly look awesome. They look awesome in your closet. Still plenty of time to get down here to McMorran Place for the post-game jersey auction. Puck loose on the far side. Bussell hustles after it. Took a hit from Sneath. Blaisdell pokes at it. Up to Tellstrom. Colton. Rink wide feed finds Rivers. Outside shot. Nusiainen got a piece. Puck kept in the zone. Tellstrom chasing. Out for Bussell. Curls back behind his own net. Throws on the brakes and now works out. Looking for Decumbus. Kicked off his skate. Rivers for Milam. Now to Colton, and Tellstrom picks his pocket. Milam makes a move at the blue line. Drops the shoulder. Outside shot, and Nusiainen fought it off. Lockney weaving. He had it taken off his stick. Meanwhile, Wells the other direction. Prowlers in the midst of a change as Wells wound up. And it went off a stick and off the back glass. Graham up for Lockney as Simmons Fisher joining him. And he dumps it all the way around. Came through for Blaney at the near point. Lockney for Graham in front looking for Millette. Milam had him tied up. Millette turns the corner, heads up ice. Tried to chip it to himself. Ryder took control. And McGill Diaz off for Gullo. Wells off the boards and into the offensive zone. Nusiainen keeps it moving for Blaney. Lucas Lockney gets into the offensive end, takes the shot, and Gonzalez able to hang on for a whistle and a face-off. And Tristan Wells getting the glove up on Lucas Lockney. Reggie Millette in there as well, trying to defend his line mate. Men in stripes just trying to get in between everybody and keep the peace. It was a pretty calm game last night as far as these two teams are concerned. Just 10 total penalty minutes between the two teams. See Tristan Sim coming back on the ice from the locker room. He had to be checked out by Prowlers trainer Bridget Smith. And now Wells and Scantlebury meeting again. Everybody separated here. Rotundi with some more barking to fellow Port Huron native Austin Federley. Those two still going at it. They've played with and against each other growing up. They have plenty to say across the face-off circle. Finally, puck is down and we continue play. And no, we have a fight. Wells and Scantlebury whacking away. Scantlebury drags down Wells as both got some wild punches off. Not too many connections there. But Scantleberry having a chat with Tristan Wells, and he gets the fans going. How about a Gordie Howe hat trick for Tucker Scantleberry tonight? Goal and an assist in that first period, and now the fight here in period 2. I guess I got what I was asking for when I said last night was a tame game. 20 total penalty minutes between the two teams last night. Up now to 18 already here tonight, unless there's more beyond the 5 each for fighting. Colton and Federley, the respective captains for their clubs, over at the referee circle, getting set to get the word from the men in stripes. Steve Gowdy having a conversation with both captains. Tucker Scantleberry is being escorted out of the penalty box and off to the dressing room. And the boos rain down here at McMorran Place. We'll let you know as soon as we know what the extent of Scantleberry's penalties are. But it is possible he just got a 5 and a 10, and he'll be able to return for the third period, as there are more than 15 minutes left in this second frame. Sam Gagnon is heading over to the penalty box to possibly serve. Prowlers have sent out a power play unit, so it looks like they will be on their second man advantage of the night. Not sure how that all shakes out. The time isn't up on the clock yet. They should probably wait for that to happen before they drop the puck. Again, it has not all come down on my penalty sheet as of yet, but I do know that it is a Prowlers power play based on the number of skaters on each side on the ice. We'll see who takes Scantleberry's spot on the other unit once they get out there. False start on Eli Rivers over on the far side. We'll drop it again. But Matt Graham's unit out there right now. Scantleberry the one with the power play goal for the Prowlers so far tonight. Lucas Lockney up by Federley, looking for a shooting lane. Back for Lockney. Rotundi challenging him. Lockney forced to put it deep. Millette collects. Behind the cage, goes up top. Federley to Lockney. A cross for Millette, just bounced off his stick. Federley takes a look, his shot was deflected and knocked down, but I think it all the way through to Gonzalez. Rockers clear, minute 16 left on the Prowlers power play. So Tucker Scantleberry, as it's listed right now, a game misconduct for continuing an altercation. Meanwhile, Tristan Wells got 2 for slashing. That's why the Prowlers are on the power play. Millette works down the boards. Around the cage. Gets up to the blue line. That one tipped just to the corner, and it's sent back down ice, as I believe Bussell was the one who got a piece of that shot from Reggie Millette. 45 seconds left on this Prowlers power play. It's like Blaney getting a chance on the man advantage unit, along with Tristan Sim. Pass across to Bussell. Out of play, off a stick. And everybody going ducking for cover. Over in the section down to my right. We'll take a timeout. 4-1 Prowlers, 33 seconds left on their man advantage. Just as soon as everybody recognizes that it's time to take a timeout, and they do. We'll be right back here from McMorran Place.
See that? That's what 100% mozzarella looks like. What Dough Made Daily looks like. what fresh ingredients and 8 irresistible flavored crusts on pizza cooked to perfection looks like. It's so much flavor, we don't even know if it's legal to have this much flavor. Now you can get that famous flavor for only $8.99. Wait, a large one-topping pizza for $8.99? That's a deal. It's a steal. No, it's a crime. Just $8.99 for a one-topping pizza full of our famous flavor. Now that's how we do a deal.
Hungry?
Howie's!
SMR Automotive Systems is part of the Motherson Group and a proud community sponsor of the Port Huron Prowlers. We are one of the largest manufacturers of rearview mirrors for passenger vehicles in the world, with local plants in Port Huron and Marysville. We strive to support our local communities and have positions available for various abilities and experience. Find out more about who we are at smr-automotive.com.
.33 seconds left on this Prowlers man advantage, under 9 to go in period 2. It's a 4-1 lead for Port Huron. Once again, Tucker Scantleberry will not be able to return to this game, at least as it's listed right now. My penalty sheet says a game misconduct for continuing an altercation. This power play unit consisting of Bussell, Blaney, Simmons, Fisher, and Sim. Blaney taking Scantleberry's spot on the unit. Here's Lockhart up top. Over to Blaney, one-timer, kick save by Gonzalez. And Blaisdell able to clear it down as Mark Blaney was bidding for his first pro goal. And he almost got it with a pass from his buddy Brett Lockhart. Lockhart had it poked away by Hall. And now Hall back to Blaisdell, trying to kill the final seconds of this Port Huron man advantage. As Gagnon steps out of the box, he was serving the 2 for Tristan Wells. Lockhart over to Blaney, forced back. 3 Rockers in on the forecheck. Sneak couldn't catch up to that puck. Prowlers can move back up with numbers. Millette has Bussell with him, gave it over. And Milam got a stick on the pass. Hellstrom up towards Bussell, takes it off the boards. Millette down low looking for Grant. Bussell got the ricochet off the boards, and Gonzalez able to make the stop. Johnson bounced back to center. Retreats back to his own end. Hellstrom up for Lockney, and he tips it in. Josh Colton up the boards, right into Rivers. Spinning away from Graham. Eli Rivers back behind his own net. Moves it along for Milam. Float pass, Rivers again. He gets the red line, dumps it around. Nusiainen keeps it moving out of his goal crease. Heinzel reverse up the boards and came all the way through for Rotundi at his own blue line. Gave it right back to Adam Heinzel at the Prowler blue. Here's Tellstrom working into the offensive zone. For Ryder, centering beat Gullo, just rose it over top of the cage. Millette couldn't chip it by Rotundi. Johnson had his pocket picked by Ryder. Rotundi trying to get to that puck. Instead, he settles it down in neutral ice. Motor City getting some good pressure in these last couple of minutes. Prowlers only have 4 on the ice right now. Here's a long-range shot that goes over top of the cage. Finally, looks like Austin Federley will step off the bench. Prowlers only had 4 skaters on the ice for a good 10 to 15 seconds. And now a cross-checking penalty is signaled. We'll see who it's against. Looks like Dylan Marty will be sent back to the penalty box for the second time tonight. And the Rockers to their 4th power play of the game. So Motor City 0 for 4 right now, or 0 for 3, pardon me, right now on the man advantage. Trying to draw closer. The DeCumbis and Sneath in on the face-off. Again, DeCumbis scored a shorthanded goal last night against the Rockers into the empty net. Motor City has given up the most shorthanded goals in the FPHL with 13 this season. Rivers try to back pass out in front. That was blocked away, and Bucell floats it all the way to the boards behind Ricky Gonzalez. Miguel Diaz for Sneath. Sends it around. Heinzel trying to find it. 2 Rockers on him. Rivers able to move it down deep. Heinzel and Milam were tied up for a moment. Those two still chatting. Meanwhile, puck pops out for Federley, and he clears. Heinzel and Milam still going at it over by the Prowler blue line. Heinzel dropped his gloves. Milam did not. Now Milam tossing off his mitts, and those two swinging each other around. Milam throws a punch over top. Trying to push Heinzel down to the ice. Gets back to his skates. And the linesmen intervene. Adam Heinzel pumps up the crowd as that one started all the way down in the Prowlers' end. They were jousting away from the puck. And the 40-year-old Jamison Milam, the head coach of this Rockers team, dropping the mitts, trying to give his squad a little bit of momentum here. Second fight of the period already. And again, we'll see if any more comes out of this. Minute 13 left on the penalty to Dylan Marty. Referees having a long discussion with the captains of each side. Right now they've put another 2 up on the Prowlers side. The Prowlers may be down 5-on-3 here for a minute and 13 seconds. And a big challenge for the True Balance penalty kill coming up. Port Huron has 3 out there right now: Bucell, Johnson, and Lockhart. Again, the extra penalties have not come down on my sheet, just the 5 each to Heinzel and Milam for fighting. Prowlers will have to send somebody to serve here. Looks like Adam Heinzel is packing up his gear, although he has to serve a full 7 minutes, so that's why he would have to head off the ice. They might just keep him in the box. And now the penalty box attendant trying to find out exactly what's going on, and Adam Heinzel will head off to the locker room. Lucas Lockney will serve the 2. Heinzel has to serve 7 minutes, and since there are fewer than 7 minutes left to go in period 2, he heads off the ice as Heinzel gets the extra 2 as the instigator, and the Rockers with a huge opportunity to draw closer in this game. They win the face-off and set up. Minute 10 of 5-on-3 time. Colton to Miguel Diaz, back to Josh Colton. Colton on it again, Miguel Diaz. Colton once more. They continue to whip it around. This time Rivers gets involved. Lockhart right on him. Penalty coming up against Brett Lockhart. Miguel Diaz turns the corner. His shot over the glass, out of play. The 5-on-3 will be longer for the Rockers as the boos rain down here at McMorran Place. Lockhart to the box. Right now, if you include the Heinzel and Lockhart penalties, as Wells is out after his fight, Rockers have been given 7 power play opportunities in this game. Again, counting the Lockhart and Heinzel penalties. Lockhart's 2 minutes can't start until the 49 seconds are off from Marty's penalty. So it'll be a full minute 36 of 5-on-3 time for the Rockers here. Fans letting the referees have it. Now they may be bringing Tristan Wells back over to the box. They've got the timing wrong there. Wells will have to sit for a little bit longer after his fight. Meanwhile, Graham and Sneath come in for this draw. McGill Diaz over to Rivers. Back for McGill Diaz, touch for Colton. Those two continue to work it up top. Colton, one-timer off the side of the cage. Rivers tried to go back up to Miguel Diaz, missed him with the pass. That's as good as a Prowler clear. Gonzalez tried to quick up, and Rivers smushed to the glass by Graham. Here's Tellstrom working in. Throws on the brakes, back to Rivers. And now McGill Diaz. He settles things down. Rocker set up. McGill Diaz takes a look, and he hit the outside of the cage. Sneath turns. Up for Tellstrom. Now Rivers across. Tellstrom faked the one-timer. And Colton tried to go through him. Rimmed all the way around. Sneath hands off for Tellstrom. Up for Colton. One-timer off the back glass. Marty's penalty is done, but still a 5-on-3 for 31 seconds. Marty has to wait to come out of the box. Colton shot, kick saving a beauty from Nusiainen. Back out in front, and unable to get a shot through was Rivers. Tellstrom behind the cage. Across, Rivers shot blocked by Simmons Fisher. Graham grabs the puck but couldn't get much on the clearing attempt. Colton for Tellstrom. Out for McGill Diaz, kicked off his skate, and it just escapes the zone. Graham able to get off the ice. Other two Prowler killers still out there. The Rockers moving quickly. It's now a 5-on-4 attack for Motor City. Minute 5 left on that power play. It's Brett Lockhart's penalty that's still up there, and Lockney clears it down. He was the one serving Heinzel's penalty, and that's why he was out there. The Prowlers have got through the 5-on-3 portion of the show. Here comes Blaisdell with 49 seconds left on his team's power play. Hall to the net, blocked. Came back to him. Gullo across, Hall, backside, they score. And finally the Rockers able to put one home on the power play. It's Ryan Rotundi in deep, making it a 4-2 game. Port Huron got through all that 5-on-3 time. The Rockers able to work it around, and they get it to Rotundi on the back door with Nusiainen sprawled out. He puts home his first goal of the season. Had 1 in 35 games all of last year. This is his first in game number 27 this year. Rockers with life, and certainly have a chance now. Prowlers need a response here. They're trying to find one. Millette in front. Marty had it and lost it. But the Rockers have taken a penalty. A slashing call coming. And the Prowlers to their third man advantage of the game. And a chance to get the lead back up to 3. When we come back, Rockers within a pair. This game far from over here at McMorran Place.
Explore the 140 miles of stunning shoreline along Lake Huron. That is Michigan's Thumb Coast. Discover charming coastal towns, serene beaches, and endless outdoor adventures. Stay at cozy hotels, paddle through pristine blue waters, and hit the fairways along breathtaking views. Plan your perfect getaway at bluewater.org.
Grab your friends and head to Bella Bola, a local pizza spot located in the heart of downtown Port Huron. Our menu is full of timeless favorites made fresh in our on-site pizza oven. Available for pickup or delivery. Just don't fight over the last slice.
Ryan Rotundi in the box, 15 seconds after making it A 4-2 game. Guilty of slashing. As Hunter Hall and Eli Rivers pick up the assist on the goal by Rotundi. 2-point night for Hall, goal and a helper. And the Rockers certainly back in it here. Prowlers trying to push the lead back to 3 here on the man advantage. Millette took a look, didn't like what he saw. Lockney shoots, glove down by Gonzalez. It was all fun and games in the first half of period 1 for the Prowlers. A 4-0 lead, quick goals, felt like everything was going in, but all of a sudden, late stages of the second, feels like a tight hockey game. Motor City has come out with a much better effort in period 2. Of course, the penalties not helping things at all for Port Huron. Millette, great play to keep it alive. Lockney to Federley. Whips it to Millette. Down low, looking for Graham. McGill Diaz cut it off. Millette back for Federley. 40 seconds now gone this Prowlers power play. Graham turns with his head up. Federley at the point. Prowlers set back up. Federley floats it to Lockney. Works up high. Federley fires just wide. Lockney drops the shoulder. And he's forced out of the zone. Lockney tries to fire his way back ice. Up ice. Drops from Millette. His shot stopped. The rebound off the side as Lockney had to kick off his skate. Graham put it back on net. Lockney out for Johnson. He shoots and he missed. Brett Lockhart wheeling it back up. 26 seconds left on the power play. His dump didn't get very far. And McGill Diaz couldn't get it out. Good play by Simmons Fisher. McGill Diaz this time on his backhand. Simmons Fisher giving him trouble. Prowlers regain control. Or it's poked out of the zone by Gavrilovich. Here is Gavrilovich short-handed. Trying to get around Blaney. Sim comes back to recover the puck. Final seconds ticking off this Prowlers power play. Simmons Fisher across. Sim in front looking for Bussell as the Prowlers power play has expired. Couldn't find him. Blaney down and around with 32 seconds left to go in this period. Rotundi. Now Gavrilovich gave it away. Bussell up top. Johnson takes the shot. Saved by a sprawling Gonzalez. Down in the splits. Got a piece of it with his glove. Bussell in the final 10. Goes on the brakes. Down for Blaney. Couldn't get the shot away. Marty with 4. Johnson, a drive. Save. Rebound. And time expires. As heading towards the net there was Mitchell with Gullo right on top of him. Evan Mitchell just couldn't get that rebound home. The clock was certainly not on his side. But after 2 goals in period 2, all of a sudden, the Rockers have made this one a game. It is 4-2 heading into period number 3. Shots on goal in that period favoring the Prowlers again, 14-7. But Ricky Gonzalez stood tall in the Motor City net, and his team got him a little bit of goal support. And all of a sudden, this is a hockey game heading into the final 20 minutes of regulation. Well, coming up on the Moses Roses Smoke Break second intermission report, take a look at this game so far. We go over it. Goals for the Prowlers early, penalties from there on has really been the story. Rockers made them pay once on the man advantage. They pull it within a 2-goal game. Let's take a look at the Prowlers' upcoming schedule. These Rockers right back on it. Also look at the out-of-town scores and much more. So keep it here on the PHP Network for all of your intermission coverage. Lots to do here on the Moses Rosa Smoke Break second intermission report. Secure your seats for the Prowlers' next home game. That will be Friday, March the 21st, when they host HC Venom for the first and only time this season. That will be Mental Health Awareness Night here at McMorran Place in conjunction with Community Mental Health. So get your tickets now at phprowlers.com/tickets, by phone at 810-985-6166 or by scanning the QR code on your screen now. It's online at phprowlers.com/tickets, by phone at 810-985-6166. Scan the QR code on your screen now to be part of the Prowlers' 10th anniversary season. That'll be the only time you get to see the Venom here at McMorran Place this year, and we'll see if they come back again next year, but this could be your only time to see HC Venom live and in person, so be sure to come out to McMorran Place, for that one should be an exciting matchup. Prowlers will be looking for their first win over the Venom this season. Prowlers looking for their 8th victory over the Motor City Rockers this year, and to clinch the Battle of I-94 victory. They'll need a strong third period to try and do it. We will be right back here on the PHP Network.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Grab your friends and head to Bella Bola, a local pizza spot located in the heart of downtown Port Huron. Our menu is full of timeless favorites made fresh in our on-site pizza oven. Available for pickup or delivery. Just don't fight over the last slice.
Seriously, not even that much better than you.
Should have just got a ticket from phprowlers.com.
I should have just bought tickets at phprowlers.com.
I got it!
I should have just got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
I should have got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
They should have just got tickets
at phprowlers.com.
they're cleaning up the chuck-a-pucks here at McMorran Place. Prowlers with a 4-2 lead. Now on the Motor City Rockers, it was 4-0 after 20 minutes. The Rockers get 2 back in that middle frame to make it a 2-goal game, and they are certainly in it as we get set for period number 3. Will Wiggleman here with you on the PHP Network. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Well, the story of this game for the Port Huron Prowlers, it started with goals. 4 in the first 9 minutes and 35 seconds of the hockey game. Tucker Scantleberry, Lucas Lockney, Ludwig Felstrom, and Matt Graham, the goal scorers. And the Prowlers were off and running. They looked to be running away with it after the first 20 minutes. But Hunter Hall got one early in the second, and the Prowlers started to take penalties. And Ryan Rotundi cashed in a power play goal with under 3 to play in period 2. And that's where we stand, 4-2. A much different second period versus the first. Looked a little more even. Rockers had some more opportunities, were able to do some more in the Prowlers zone as compared to the first period where Port Huron absolutely dominated start to finish. So whatever Jamison Milam or Zach Zulkanich or Josh Colton or whoever else in that Rockers room said after the first period seemed to work. And we'll see if the Prowlers can find a big response here in the third to maintain this lead, maybe even extend it, and go home with a sweep of the Rockers and pick up the victory, sealing it, the victory in the regular season series. These teams will play 4 more times this regular season, twice here at McMorran Place and twice at Big Boy Arena. We'll take a look at the stats for this game so far. It's a 4-2 Prowler lead, up on shots 31-14. You see the Rockers with double the power plays that the Prowlers have had. Port Huron needs to continue to stay out of the penalty box, which is something they didn't do in that second period. Did relatively well in the first, but they need to stay out of that penalty box and stop taking penalties, because that keeps their offense out of rhythm, keeps them from continuing to add to this lead, giving Ricky Gonzalez some breaks, and it also gives the Rockers opportunities, of course, to tie the score and draw even closer. And they were valiant in the effort during the 5-on-3, and it was a long 5-on-3. They killed it off, but finally at the 5-on-4, Rockers able to get one home, and that is where we stand. 4-2 the score right now. We're just minutes away from period number 3 here on the PHP Network at McMorran Place. One of 6 games going on in the FPHL tonight. Want to know what's going on in the other ones? Well, we'll tell you on the other side of this break. So don't go anywhere. Don't miss anything, as we will be right back here on the PHP Network.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
Welcome back again here to McMorran Place. Second intermission rolling on, and it's the Prowlers with a 4-2 lead on the Motor City Rockers. Thanks again for tuning in on this Saturday night, the 10th of 14 installments of the Battle of I-94 this season. And again, if it was all Prowlers early, but since then, in that second period especially, Rockers have started to fight back. And we enter the third period in a 2-goal hockey game. Well, the Rockers are on the Prowlers schedule coming up relatively soon, a couple weeks away, as the Battle of I-94 takes a week off. Prowlers will be hosting HC Venom and the Mississippi Seawolves. Rockers will host those teams as well. Next week, Mental Health Awareness Night on Friday against the Venom. And they Prowlers wrap up their season series with both the Venom and the Seawolves, both of those 7:05 puck drops here at McMorran Place. And you can get your tickets now at phprowlers.com/tickets. Battle of I-94 back on again in the last weekend of March. That's Saturday, a Casey's Kids Zone night here at McMorran Place, which means lots of things to do for the kids, face painting, all of that fun stuff. You'll also get to hit the ice with the team and meet your favorite Prowlers after the game. So be sure to come on out on March the 29th, get pictures, autographs, and meet the guys here after the game. That was Casey's Kids Zone nights, always fun throughout the season. That will be the second to last one. The final one will be the Prowlers' final regular season home game against the Carolina Thunderbirds, or against the Motor City Rockers, pardon me, on April the 11th. And that one is a Friday game, actually, looking a little bit further ahead in the schedule. Final weekend of the regular season. Before we get to the playoffs, Prowlers guaranteed to be there. Rockers are not at this point. Take a look around the FPHL. Rockers fans will like that score in the bottom right corner. We'll get to that in a moment. First, we have a goalie battle brewing in Binghamton. Austin Thompson's second period goal still holding up right now is the only one. It's 1-0 as Connor McAdama has stopped all 22 Thunderbird shots so far. Mario Cavalieri has been brilliant as well with 30 saves for the Birds. 1-0 Black Bears midway through period 3. Dashers have an answer in Biloxi. They're early in the third. It is tied up at 1 apiece. Dashers trying to end the streak. Alex Marchicello with the goal for the Dashers Hockey Club of Danville, Illinois. It's a 1-1 game. Dashers right in it in Biloxi. This is the score that will please Rocker fans as the Blue Ridge Bobcats are up 3-1 on HC Venom. Igor Romano, Carson Andrioli, and Nick McHugh have scored for the Cats. Zanis Zaitchik, the only goal for the Venom as they play late stages of the second. Dragons have not been able to increase their lead on the Monroe Moccasins, but Moccasins have not been able to solve the Dragons' net minding, which is being done by Matt Pedersen tonight. It's still 4-0 for Columbus as they are early on in the third. Finally, the Lobsters have a 1-0 lead on the Baton Rouge Zydeco through 20 minutes of play. Orca Weisblatt, the only goal in Baton Rouge. As Zydeco trying to bounce back from a 4-1 loss last night. The Lobsters trying to continue on chugging here. They had a rough weekend last weekend here in Port Huron. They're trying to chase down Carolina Thunderbirds for that top spot in the Continental Division. Once again, here at McMorran Place, it's a 4-2 lead for the Port Huron Prowlers. And in case you left your screen and have just come back as we get set for the start of period 3, let's give you another look at the stats from tonight's game. Both teams with a power play goal. Prowlers have done it with half as many chances, and the Rockers did have lengthy 5-on-3 time that they were unable to convert on. Prowlers up on shots 31-14 at this point, and they have to stay out of the penalty box if they're to continue to hang on to this lead and get the 6-point weekend and secure the win in the battle of I-94. We'll see if they can do it. Final 20 minutes of regulation coming up here at McMorran Place as the referees are hitting the ice. We take a look at our PHP Network trivia question. Pretty simple question. We want to know, where was the first St. Patrick's Day parade held? And you need to go very, very far back, even before the United States was a country. 1762 in New York City. The first, I guess, recorded St. Patrick's Day parade right here in the United States. Of course, here we had Port Huron's annual St. Patrick's Day parade, along with the annual pub crawl, which is always a fun time, at least for the people involved in it. For everyone else, some may find it to be a nuisance, but pub crawl, a huge, huge time for the bars and restaurants here in Port Huron. And hopefully a lot of those fans found themselves here at McMorran Place. They've had a pretty good game to watch, as the Prowlers got the energy in the building early, but the Rockers have battled back since. Valtteri Nusianen leads the Prowlers out onto the ice. He will occupy the goal crease to our right. He's made 12 saves on 14 Rockers shots so far. Ricky Gonzalez over in the goal crease to our left. After a perfect second period, Gonzalez up to 27 saves on 31 Prowlers shots. I'll see what Port Huron has for period 3. Coaching staff will certainly want to see a much better effort after that second period. First period was about as perfect as you could get. Second period, not quite so. And it looks like Tucker Scantleberry is actually in this game. It's continued to be listed on my screen as a game misconduct for continuing an altercation, but Scantleberry only has to sit for the 5 and the 10, so he will be able to come back out on the ice. So somebody on the chain of command got something wrong there. Well, Scantleberry looks like will be eligible to come back out onto the ice at some point during the Scholes Family McDonald's third period. We are underway for that. Delstrom up for Millette. And now Hall blows a tire. Lockney tried to push it through him. Lockney sent it right in on Gonzalez. He steered it to the corner. Oakes chips it around. Johnson heads after it. Working on Delstrom. Millette comes in to take the puck. Delstrom put it in the corner for Johnson to go get it. Johnson up for Millette, off the boards. Graham's in. Trying to make a pass down low. Had to come as going to the net. That kicked off a skate. And Hall over to Telstrom. He took a check from Blaney. Meanwhile, play continuing as the Rockers regroup. Bussell picks off a pass. Heads up ice with speed. To the outside, his shot stopped by Gonzalez. Rebound came through for Blaney. And a glove save by Ricky Gonzalez. He'll hang on for a whistle and a face-off. It's a minute 3 into period 3. Prowlers already with a couple shots on net. Draw will be to Gonzalez's right. And he's certainly given his team a chance in this game after what was a rough first 9.5 minutes for his squad. Lucianen plays it off the corner boards. Rivers tied up with Blaney, Lockhart, and Tellstrom cancel out. Finally, Federley gets the puck off the glass. Glove down by Colton. Taken away by Bussell. Turns the corner, heads up ice. Bussell tried to cut to the middle. And the puck taken off his stick. Pops out of Tellstrom's reach. Simmons Fisher chasing after it. He goes off for Alex Johnson. Federley 1-on-3, shot blockered by Gonzalez. Federley right back on it. Gets to the blue line and exits the offensive zone. Federley knocked down, and a penalty coming up against Motor City. Cross-check is the signal. And of course, we showed you the numbers on how many power plays each team has had in this game during that second intermission. This will be the 4th power play of the game for the Prowlers. Chance for them to increase the lead. They are 1 for 3 so far. They send out Matt Graham's unit to start, as Sam Gagnon has to exit the playing surface. His team shorthanded, already 4 Rockers out there. Face off, 1 back but 2 hard, and Federley couldn't reach it. That's as good as a Rocker clear. A cross check against Nick McGill-Diaz puts the Prowlers back on the man advantage with a chance to increase the lead back to 3. Lockney throws on the brakes as he got the blue line but couldn't get the puck deep. Federley brings it in, up for Johnson. Now Millette tried to make a pass off. Milam with it, tosses it over to Gavrilovich. Lockney got his stick on the clearing attempt. Lockney shoots, he scores! Lucas Lockney made the turnover happen, and he has his 2nd of the night. Prowlers back up by 3. Second power play goal of the game for Port Huron, as Gavrilovich tried to throw it down ice. Lockney got his stick in the way. He turned and fired and went glove high on Ricky Gonzalez. 2nd of the night for Lockney, his 16th tally of the season. That's the start the Prowlers were looking for here in period 3. They get themselves a little more breathing room. Blaisdell gets to the Prowler blue line, sends it around, absorbed contact from Lockhart. Colton wrists it through off the backboards. Colton up to Oakes. That one off his stick. They've given 2 assists to Cram and Federley for that goal. I can't imagine how, as Lockney stole away a clearing attempt by the Rockers, but if you're into stat padding, there are a couple of assists for some of the Prowlers. Lockhart off the glass, hit Tellstrom with the dump attempt. Rivers able to kick it back to his skate, to his stick. And now Colton, long lead pass, cut off by Federley, in alone, and he fired it wide. Blaisdell to Rivers, picked off to Cumbus for Bussell on his backhand. Prowlers causing some turnovers here in the Rockers' end. Colton trying to get it out cleanly. He does to Sneath. 3-on-2 with the Rockers hurry. Literally hustled back to even it up, and then he cuts off the pass from Rivers. Cumbus hustling up the left wing side. Milan play it to an area, right to Simmons Fisher. He had it poked off his stick. Heinzel up to Graham. Works in, takes a look, drops the shoulder. Graham slips through a check. Simmons Fisher couldn't handle that pass cleanly though, and out comes Motor City. Tellstrom past the net, catches right back up to it. Simmons Fisher up in Millet's direction. Miguel Diaz for Simmons Fisher as he picked it off. Works back in, surrounded. Trying to get that puck back, and it's sent over to the corner by Miguel Diaz. Graham settles it down. Turns it back towards the boards, looking for Millet. The Tellstrom gets it down to him. Johnson on his backhand. Down for Lockney. Out in front. Graham, one-timer. Couldn't get it on goal as it was blocked. Millet wasn't able to settle it down. Lockney, one-timer. He scores! A hat trick for Lucas Lockney. 2 in this period, and the Prowlers restore their 4-goal lead. We have a hat on the ice. Maybe some more fans willing to part with theirs. And finally we get a couple of more tossed out there. A one-timer by Lucas Lockney on the far side, and that is exactly the Prowlers need to start this third period. Second hat trick of the year for the Prowlers. Tucker Scantleberry did it in Binghamton. All the way back. As Sim comes right in, and a stop by Gonzalez. Scantleberry did it back on December the 6th in Binghamton. 5-3 win for the Prowlers that night. They're up 6-2 here tonight. We'll step aside. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers Hockey on the PHP Network.
At Hungry Howie's, we have a flavor philosophy. It's that you deserve to mix and match the most delicious flavor you've ever had with even more of the most delicious flavor you've ever had. But how can you mix and match the most delicious flavor twice at the same time? Well, we're not in the business of logic. We're in the business of blowing your flavor-loving mind with flavor upon flavor. Philosophize on that. Get any 2 items on the mix and match menu, including the 2-topping flatbread pizza for $6.99 each.
Hungry?
Howie's!
Back here in Port Huron, Prowlers have exploded early in period 3, just as they did in period 1. Lucas Lockney with 2 goals in a span of 2 minutes and 43 seconds. He has the hat trick, and Port Huron has a 6-2 lead. Any hope the Rockers had coming into this third period has been wiped away. There's Kabateyev centering. Hall stopped by Nusiainen as he shut the door in tight. And Hall and Lockhart having a chat. Tucker Scantleberry will be the cooler head that prevails here. Get Brett Lockhart back over to his bench. Face-off will be to Nusiainen's left. Tough stop for him there, right in tight on a guy in Hall, who had the first goal for the Rockers tonight and assisted on the other one. Austin Federley gets the red line, sends it in. Bussell hustling after it. Reverse back for Federley. Closed off by Gavrilovich. Federley pulls it out. Up top, Heinzel takes a look. Down for Bussell. On goal. That one over top of the cage. Gonzalez may have gone a piece. Bussell back on net, and Gonzalez sticks it over to the corner. Gavrilovic and DeCumbus battling for it. DeCumbus to the point. Simmons Fisher couldn't handle that one cleanly. They poked it away from Sam Gagnon, who was looking for a breakaway the other direction. Both teams finishing up changes as Rotundi sends it in. Delstrom let it out for Millette. Toss on for Lockney. He has the hot stick. Delstrom stopped by Gonzalez as he was reaching back while sliding the other direction. Millette shoots, and a great save by Gonzalez. Rotating the pads up over his head. Ricky Gonzalez doing acrobatics in the Motor City net to keep the Prowlers from kicking the extra point. Terry Nucianen back behind his own net. Moves it around to Thelstrom. And now Lucas Lockney. Prowlers right back on the attack here. Lockney, back pass in front. Couldn't find a teammate. And it's Sneath. Over towards Colton. That one escaped him. McGill Diaz back for it. Icing waved off. Mitchell watching McGill Diaz from the slot. Under 12 and a half left to go here in regulation. Prowlers with 2 goals in period 3. Both from Lucas Lockney. He's up to a hat trick now. Opening up a 6-2 lead, their second 4-goal advantage of the game. This one off the glass and out of play. So no delay of game penalty against Mark Blaney and the Prowlers. Just have a face-off deep in Port Huron's end. Prowlers up to 42 shots on net for the game. Last night they had 48 on Ricky Gonzalez. And lots of time to reach that number. Rockers at just 18 shots so far. Milam tried to send it on net, blocked by Scantleberry up top. Wells spins, tried to push it on net, but Bussell was right there to cut it off. Gullo bounce up to McGill Diaz. Slap pass, ends up off the backboards. Simmons Fisher tried to make a pass up, but split all of his teammates, and that will be another icing against Port Huron. The Rockers make a change here. They have Kabateyev, Hall, and Oakes. I wonder how many people just giggled when I said Hall and Oakes. Probably the older crowd who know of the musical group Hall and Oates. As here is Cody Oakes keeping it deep. Adam Heinzel tries to come out this way. Scantleberry spins away from pressure. Now he finds some skating room. He works in. Scantleberry shot blocked. McGill Diaz spins back to his own end. Oakes tosses it up to Kabateyev as Scantleberry sent Oakes tumbling. Tucker Scantleberry is getting a penalty here. Gonzalez to the bench for a 6-on-5 attack for the Rockers on the delayed call. Kabateyev from the outside all the way around the net, tried to come out in front. Graham touched it and moved it. And they didn't blow it dead, now they do as Nucianen catches it and hangs on. So Tucker Scantleberry will be back in the penalty box. He spent a lot of time here tonight. Already a Gordie Howe hat trick for him in this game. Looks like 2 minutes for slashing, 2 for unsportsmanlike conduct, so maybe a double minor against Tucker Scantleberry. Believe that is the signal that Steve Gowdy gave. Those would be the 7th and 8th power plays of the night for the Motor City Rockers, and if you're the Prowlers, you cannot be giving up this many power plays to teams that are better than the Rockers, simply put. They won't face teams like that until April when they visit the Carolina Thunderbirds, who are the only team over 500 that the Prowlers face the rest of this regular season. They do have a hungry, desperate Venom team coming up next weekend. Mississippi Seawolves will also be in town next weekend, and they have these Rockers again. See if they can clean up the penalties before they return home, or before they stay home for some more games Friday and Saturday, as Simmons Fisher took it away. And here's DeCumbus shorthanded. Bussell hustling to the net. DeCumbus floated it there, and Gonzalez sticked it to the corner. Milam rode Bussell into Gonzalez. They're tied up in the net. Meanwhile, McGill Diaz was stretched for a breakaway, but they blew things dead all the way down on the other end. McGill Diaz shot the puck right at the Zamboni door out of frustration, but Milam and Bussell both got upended, sliding into Ricky Gonzalez. And they were tied up inside the Rocker net. Referees blew it dead. Just as Nick McGill Diaz was bringing in a pass, he would have had a step out by the Prowler blue line. "20 seconds gone in what's been a very active Motor City man advantage, at least eventful early on. Rockers haven't had much going in the offensive zone, but certainly some interesting events so far. And we'll get a face-off just in front of the penalty boxes. Sim wins it back. Alex Johnson on the left wing takes a look, and he floats it down over Gonzalez's head. Colton over to Blaisdell on the left wing. Squeezed off by Adam Heinzel, and Johnson sends it all the way down. Prowlers get 4 fresh killers on the ice. 3:13 left in the double minor to Tucker Scantleberry. Gullo on his backhand, spins, drops it off. Gullo has it again. Cross to Blaisdell. Wells right in front of Nusiainen. Here's Blaisdell. Out to Colton. Loads it up, and he fired over top of the net. Gullo kept it alive, but his pass didn't find a teammate, and Brett Lockhart able to one-time it all the way down. 37 seconds remaining on the first minor penalty. As Colton his pass up to Hall, got through to him on his backhand, and he pushed it wide as Alex Johnson came back to disrupt him. Simmons Fisher over to Johnson, and he'll circle back to his own end to waste some more time, but his clearing attempt taken away by Tellstrom and neutral ice. Snaith floated it on net, was looking for Tellstrom. It's scooped up by Valtteri Nusiainen. He'll hang on for a whistle and a face-off. 7 seconds left on the first minor penalty, and then 2 more minutes of power play time for the Rockers. When we come back, under 9 to play in the third. You're watching Port Huron Prowlers Hockey on the PHP Network.
EDA, providing local business support for over 70 years. And helping to boost our region's workforce, retain and attract talent. Working to grow the local economy and the flow of money into our community to help businesses be profitable and successful. Focused on improving the region's economic strength and quality of life for residents. To learn more about the EDA of St. Clair County, visit edascc.com.
Explore 140 miles of stunning shoreline along Lake Huron in Michigan's Thumb Coast. Begin your adventure on a blanket of golden sand at one of our serene beaches. Connect with the historic atmosphere of our region's nautical influence and reconnect with friends under a blanket of stars. Plan your perfect getaway at bluewater.org.
Crowd of 1,407 announced here at McMorran Place. 6-2 lead for their hometown Port Huron Prowlers. They've been loud and active into this game. Let's Go Prowlers chant being started during the TV timeout as the Rockers and Prowlers get set for another face-off here. Already able to get it over to the boards, as did Sneath, and now swiped out of the zone. A couple of players swung and missed at it. Puck was along the ice, and players swinging their sticks couldn't make contact with it. First minor penalty is over, by the way. Minute 50 now on the second minor penalty to Tucker Scantlebury. Prowlers PK 6 for 7 right now, pending on the 8th. Miguel Diaz gave it over to Rivers. In for Sneath, he scores. But they wave it off. Steve Gowdy immediately on the far side waving it off. And maybe a little too much contact in the crease between Hunter Hall and Valtteri Nusiainen. And the fans like that, looks like Hall backed into that blue paint. Can't be standing in that blue paint if you're trying to screen the goaltender. And Hunter Hall guilty of that. That's not enough for a penalty, but it is enough to wipe a goal off the board. TJ Sneath unhappy with it. And Sneath still continuing to talk, and it looks like they might review it here. There are cameras over top of each net, and the referees indeed stepping in to review this call. Call on the ice is no goal. The Rockers with nothing to lose here decide to challenge. Again, every building in the FPHL has the cameras over top of the nets, looking straight down at the goal line for things like this, mostly to make sure the puck went in the net, but also things like this.
Yellow ticket, 50-50,
8:25 left to go in period 3. We cannot show you, per league rules, the video from those cameras while the referees are looking at them, or at all. They're handing the iPad back. Well, it looks like the review is still ongoing. If the Rockers are successful, they'll bring it to a 6-3 game. It'll be their second power play goal of the night, and TJ Sneath will continue working on what's been a good weekend for him back off the IR. 2 assists for him last night down in Fraser. He's certainly an important offensive piece for these Rockers, and they were happy to get him back off a roughly 2-month stint on the IR. Meanwhile, if the challenge is unsuccessful, that will negate the rest of this penalty for Tucker Scantlebury, and we'll have 4-on-4 before a very brief Prowlers power play. And no goal. No goal is, but I think Steve Gowdy telling the Prowlers bench that there will not be a penalty, or will there be a delay of game penalty? No, there will not be. So maybe it was not an official challenge. Maybe the referees were the ones who decided to look at it. So pardon me on that. Still a Rockers power play. Minute 34 seconds left on it, as Johnson sends this one off the boards and down ice. Miguel Diaz up on the left wing side to Rivers. Tosses it in. Johnson and Sneath after it. Johnson swung and missed. And Sneath able to move it up the boards right into Federley, and he gets it out. Tellstrom for Sneath. Played right into Johnson. It came back to him. TJ Sneath getting his way in. He's tripped up, and that will be a penalty. Ludwig Fellstrom doesn't agree, but he's the one heading to the box. So a minute of 5-on-3 time coming for the Motor City Rockers. 9th power play for Motor City in this game. Well, 9th penalty by the Prowlers that's resulted in a power play for Motor City. Probably the best way to say it. Thelstrom in the box for tripping. And Gullo and Bussell will slide in for this face-off. Bussell, Simmons, Fisher, and Heinzel. The 5-on-3 PK group for the Prowlers. Gullo wins it back. Colton over to Milam. Back for Colton. Milam again. Down low they work it. Back up top. Milam walks. Colton unloads, and he missed it wide on the short side. That's as good as a Prowler clear. 40 seconds left in the 5-on-3 as they quick up to Gullo offside at the Prowler line. So the faceoff will have to come all the way back down to the Rockers' end. Now there's another self-inflicted wound for Motor City. Jamison Milam, a Rockers head coach, unhappy with that. He has a conversation with the referee. A 5-on-3 continues, but far away from Valtteri Nusiainen. Austin Federley content to let the Rockers have the face-off and go back to a defensive position. Gullo slips through Lockhart, sent it all the way around, and Milam waiting at the point. Milam takes a look, he shoots, and he scores! Nusiainen got a piece with the glove, but Jamison Milam able to put it home, and Motor City now officially has its third goal of the game. They'll still be on a power play for 1 minute and 17 seconds, 5-on-4 now. Milam back in the lineup, his 6th power play goal of the season, 7th overall. Talk about a power play specialist, usually does it with that big one-timer. That time a seeing eye wrist shot. Nusiainen got a piece of, but not enough. Miguel Diaz back in his own end. Sneath up for Rivers, goes on the brakes. And now Hall wrapped up by Heinzel. Hall gets to that puck. Thelstrom to Miguel Diaz, over to Rivers. Back to Miguel Diaz, his drive hit the post. They have changed direction on the way through as well. Rivers, curl and drag, his shot blocked. Popped up in the air, Rivers gloves it down. Battled for right in front of the top of the crease. Nusiainen poked at it. Couple of players still tied up. Finally, Mitchell gets it down ice. 33 seconds left in the power play for Motor City. Sneath on his backhand. Came all the way through. Thelstrom, Miguel Diaz. Now Rivers shot. Stopped by Nusiainen, left a rebound. He finds it and covers up. 20 seconds left on this Rockers man advantage. They almost pulled back within 2. Tense moments down in Valtteri Nusiainen's end. I'll see if the Prowlers can get through this and maybe stay out of the box. This Rockers power play has certainly figured something out. I guess if you get enough power plays, you'll be able to move it around and get some shots on that. There's Graham and Gullo on the draw outside of Prowler territory. Johnson grabs that puck, sends it all the way down off the backboards behind Gonzalez. Got through Ryder. Blaney keeps it in. He just dumps it deep. That will take care of the rest of the penalty to Thelstrom. Back to 5-on-5. We'll see how long we stay there. Ryder ran over a Prowler as he hit the blue line. Nusiainen moves it around this way. Lockney chopped at it. Sent over to the far side. Blaney steps up and he sweeps it to Motor City's end. Ryder throws on the brakes, tried to slip it down to Wells. Simmons Fisher for Scantleberry. He couldn't get it out as Wells was in on the forecheck. Blaisdell to Rotundi. Wrister blocked by Lockney. Already a hat trick in this game for Lucas Lockney, and now he's showing off the defensive abilities with that block shot. Colton, long lead pass knocked down by the combination of Millette and Simmons-Fisher. Here is Millette. Throwing on the brakes on the half wall. Sent it off the backboards. Bussell around the cage, looking up top. Tried to hand off for Millette. That was stolen back by the Rockers. Here's Oakes with Gagnon going to the net. Oakes drags it through, and he couldn't get the shot away as Bussell did just enough. Lockhart up the wall. Kept in by Kabateev momentarily. Now Johnson works it out to Millette. Sends it in, heads off for a change. Blaisdell for Kabateev. Decumbus in there trying to cause some havoc. 4:13 left to go in regulation. It's a 3-goal lead for the Port Huron Prowlers. Blaisdell to Tellstrom on the right wing side. Outside shot stopped by Nusiainen, and the rebound collected by Federley. On the counter. Soft dump, Marty slips through a check, but he overskated the puck, and Milam goes off the boards to Tellstrom. Rivers back in, Sneath able to stretch and stay onside. Tellstrom centering feed, and Heinzel able to keep Sneath from getting a good shot on net. Nusiainen scoops it up, and we'll take our final timeout. 3:35 left to go in regulation.
SMR Automotive Systems is part of the Motherson Group and a proud community sponsor of the Port Huron Prowlers. We are one of the largest manufacturers of rear-view mirrors for passenger vehicles in the world, with local plants in Port Huron and Marysville. We strive to support our local communities and have positions available for various abilities and experience. Find out more about who we are at smr-automotive.com.
Welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Can I please get a big...
What I need from you is a chicken Big Mac.
A chicken Big Mac? That's not a Big Mac.
Actually, it is.
It's not
a Big Mac.
Chicken Big Mac?
Chicken patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, and pickles on a sesame seed bun. Enjoy.
The chicken Big Mac.
It's not a Big Mac.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
We invite you to tune into our next broadcast Friday, March the 21st, when the Prowlers host HC Venom. Puck drop is scheduled 7:05 p.m. and the pregame show starts at 6:50. It's all right here on the PHP Network. That'll be Mental Health Awareness Night here at McMorran Place. Also the only time the Venom will visit Port Huron this season. If you can make it out here to McMorran Place, be sure to do so. Lots of great things scheduled with community mental health as Sneak tried a shot right off the faceoff, and Nusiano was able to stop. Prowlers looking to just close this one out, up 6-3 with 3:34 now remaining. Rockers have nearly doubled their shot total in this third period. They had 14 through the first 40 minutes and now 13 here in the third. Power play certainly helping with that as Sneath's stick lifted by Scantleberry. He was all alone for a moment right in front of Nusiainen. That shot blocked on the way through. Rivers had poked away. Sneath out front, and he gave it right to Scantleberry. He just backhands it to the Rockers zone. Milam chases after it, no icing. Well, Motor City can certainly take some positives out of this third period, as they've been able to figure some things out. Not sure if that's the Prowlers taking the foot off the gas a little bit, or the Rockers finding their game. As Gullo works his way to the outside, shot by Gavrilovich off the backboards. Rotundi had it stolen by Heinzel. Lockney tied up. Loose puck comes to Millette. Certainly a combination of both the Prowlers taking their foot off the gas and the Rockers finding their game. Motor City was absolutely not ready for this game to begin, and the Prowlers took full advantage. It's been a much more even game since. Rotundi over to the far side. Lockhart swoops in to keep it deep, and then Lockhart, a little reverse hit on Rotundi. Simmons Fisher couldn't keep it in at the line. Ryder and Lockhart after it. And Lockhart wins that battle. Headman feed for Bussell, handcuffed him, and he wasn't able to get a touch on it. So we'll get a whistle and a face-off all the way down in the Prowlers zone. Stick around after this one wraps up for the post-game show here on the PHP Network. I'll go back through this one goal by goal, give you the final stats, and of course the out-of-town scoreboard as well. As the Prowlers have called their timeout. Can't take it with you, so Chris Paulin elects to use it here. Shots 13-13 in this third period. Prowlers up 44-27 in shots for the game. They might not necessarily be satisfied, though, with the way this game has gone after utterly dominating in that first period, especially the first half of that first period. They've allowed the Rockers to creep back into this game a couple of times. And while it looks like they'll be headed to victory here, barring a massive collapse in these final minute and 49 ticks, Port Huron will certainly have some things to look at. Face-off will be to Valtteri Nusiainen's right. Ricky Gonzalez still in the goal crease, down to our left. Bussell and Kabateyev in on this face-off. Bussell won it back. Sent around Federley. Lead pass looking for Bussell. Bussell finds the loose puck, tripped up, but he scores! As he was pulling down Jamie Bussell, don't forget about him. Kicks the extra point for Port Huron. Federley sent it right up. It was partially blocked by the Rockers defenseman who had trouble with it. Bussell was able to tap it through, got tripped up. He kept on chugging. He goes 5-hole on Ricky Gonzalez for his 11th goal of the season. Wonder if that's what Austin Federley and Jamie Bussell drew up in that timeout. Marty able to chip it back into the offensive zone. Prowlers signed up for a full 60 minutes here, and they're going to use them. Gagnon able to chop it out. Mitchell back for it. Over to Ludwig Thelstrom. Marty able to tip it in. He heads off to the bench for a change. Josh Colton. Long lead pass off the far boards. Comes all the way down, and looked like Kabateyev may have won the race for icing, but the referees disagree. Linesman disagrees. Kabateyev getting that explanation. Now the draw will come all the way back down to the Motor City zone. 63 seconds up on the clock as they announce Jamie Bussell's goal. Currently listed unassisted. But now they announce Austin Federley as an assist on it. There's Thelstrom. Bussell one-timer over top of the net and out of play as a Rucker got his stick in there. So it is Bussell from Federley, the goal officially. Prowlers with 4 in the first, 3 in the third. Lucas Lockney has 5 points. Austin Federley now 3 assists in this game. Oh, it's certainly the Lucas Lockney show tonight. At least offensively. Here's Simmons Fisher, shot deflected wide. Bussell looking for another. Federley in tight. And Gonzalez another save. Prowlers not content, but they will be going home, or keeping home, here in Port Huron, the Battle of I-94 sign. And I believe that Cider Boys, the official sponsor of the Battle of I-94, has also helped us out in getting a trophy, much like maybe college football rivalries. I did see one floating around. We'll have to see if that ends up on the ice at any point post-game. Mitchell back for it. Around for Heinzel, keeps it moving. Game all the way through, down ice, icing waved off. As the linesman lost his whistle as he called that icing off. This one will not be icing either. Heinzel with 20. Got it through, Bussell takes a look towards the net, floated it down towards Adam Heinzel, and he was tied up by McGill Diaz. Simmons Fisher couldn't pick off that pass. Here's Rivers with one last chance, over to Tellstrom, and he shot it wide. That'll do it. Prowlers win it tonight. They have won the Battle of I-94, their 8th victory over the Rockers this season, and they sweep their 2nd straight weekend, 5 wins in a row for Port Huron. Now up to 78 points, still 3rd in the Empire Division. Meanwhile, the Rockers have now lost 3 straight, and they dropped to 14, 29, and 3. They'll have to do a little scoreboard watching to see if the Venom were able to come back and pull any closer to them in the race for that final play-in spot. Before we head to the post-game show, one last reminder to take a look at our next broadcast. That'll be coming up on Friday, March the 21st. Prowlers hosting the Venom here at McMorran Place. Puck drop at 7:05. Pregame show starts at 6:50 here on the PHP Network. And they bring out the trophy at center ice. The Battle of I-94 trophy belongs to the boys up north, along with the sign. Austin Federley's got the sign, and they'll take a group picture with it. And we will head to the post-game show here on the PHP Network.
They're seriously not even that much better than you.
Should've just got a ticket from phprowlers.com.
I should have just bought tickets at phprowlers.com.
I got it!
I should have just got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
I should have got a ticket at phprowlers.com.
They should have just got tickets
at phprowlers.com.
It's a party here at McMorran Place. The Battle of I-94 has been won in 2025 by the boys up north at the top of the highway. They'll get to keep that sign up in the locker room and the trophy as well. They win tonight 7-3. Time now to go back through this one goal by goal. Wow. It started early. Tucker Scantleberry, 1:36 in, able to power a shot past Ricky Gonzalez, who got a piece but not enough, and it landed behind him. And the Prowlers up early. That was a power play goal for Scantleberry as the Rockers tried to start the game with a big, tough lineup, and they ended up taking a penalty on the first shift. And the Prowlers able to make them pay. And then shortly thereafter, Lucas Lockney got his first goal of the game. We'll be hearing more from him. It was 2-0 Prowlers, 3:16 in. And then Lockney set up Ludwig Thelstrom. And 37 seconds after Thelstrom's goal, Matt Graham put one home at the crease. It was 4-0 Prowlers, 9:35 into the hockey game. The Rockers had to use their timeout right then and there. They fought back a little bit in the second, did the Motor City Rockers. Hunter Hall got them on the board just over 2.5 minutes in, and then the Prowlers got into penalty trouble, able to kill off many of them, but finally Ryan Rotundi, just under 3 minutes to go, power play goal, got the Rockers within 2 heading into the third. This game was certainly not decided when we got to period number 3. Prowlers made sure it was decided early in the third. Lockney, another goal, his second of the night on the power play, 2.5 in, and then on the one-timer, a few minutes later, he gets the hat trick. And Lucas Lockney, tonight's first star of the game, will get you the 3 stars in just a moment. 6-2 at that point. Jameson Milam with a power play goal, got one back from Motor City. Jamie Bussell put the icing on the cake with just over a minute and a half left. And the Prowlers come out victorious tonight, and they win the Battle of I-94. Ricky Gonzalez takes the loss with 40 saves tonight, while Terry Nusiainen gets the win, a 24-save performance for him. If we get you tonight's 3 stars of the game. Third star, Tucker Scantleberry with a goal and an assist. Also had a fight. That's the Gordie Howe hat trick for those of you who may be new to hockey. Reggie Millette, the second star, with 3 helpers, and no surprise, Lucas Lockney with the hat trick and 2 assists, a 5-point night for Lucas Lockney. First hat trick for the Prowlers since December the 6th when Tucker Scantleberry did it against the Binghamton Black Bears. Second hat trick of the season for the Prowlers. And the first 5-point game for a Prowler this season since Alex Johnson did it against the Dashers on the road back on January the 10th. Take one last look at the stats from this game. Prowlers dominant on shots, and again, the only real trouble you could have with their game would probably be the penalties. They need to do a better job staying out of the box, especially when they play better teams than the Motor City Rockers. Their PK was pretty strong, though, killing off 7 of the 9 Rockers' opportunities. Their power play did some damage as well, going 2 for 4. But when we come back, we'll take one last look at the out-of-town scores, and then we'll wrap this one up. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, welcome.
I'm just checking in, and I have a service animal.
Service animal?
Do you have anything on the ground floor so I can let him out at night?
We're on a mission to feed the future by helping farmers worldwide be more resilient, more productive, more sustainable for generations to come. Corteva Agriscience. Keep growing.
Keep up with your Prowlers all season long on social media. Follow us on Facebook at the Port Huron Prowlers, Instagram at PH Prowlers, and Twitter at PH Prowlers. And you can find more information on our website, phprowlers.com.
It's time to wake up on the sunrise side of Michigan. Wake up to beautiful beaches. Wake up to vibrant urban landscapes. Wake up to unique eats. Wake up to charming coastal towns. Wake up to cozy entertainment. Wake up to Michigan's Thumb Coast. Plan your perfect wake-up call using bluewater.org.
We'll welcome back one final time here from McMorran Place. Prowlers finish off the Motor City Rockers 7-3, and they win the Battle of I-94. Let's place a spotlight on the rest of the FPHL before we close things out of town. Scoreboard, one last look. Got some final scores. And the goaltending battle in Binghamton goes to Connor McAnanima. He made 26 saves in the shutout. Mario Cavalleri's 34 stops. Not enough, as Austin Thompson scores the only goal. Black Bears edge the Thunderbirds 1-0. Sad news for people who are hoping the Dashers' losing streak would finally come to an end tonight. The Mississippi Seawolves won it by a score of 4-2 behind a 35 save performance from Ed Coffey, Blake Keller, and Isaiah Paris. A goal and an assist each for the Seawolves. Bobcats all over the Venom, 6-1 right now. Late stages, third period. Hunter Godmere and Carson Andrioli with a goal and 2 assists apiece in that one. Keep it moving as Columbus, final score 5-1. Dragons take it over the Monroe Moccasins. Austin Doe a 3-point night with Cody Wickline, 3 assists. And Matt Pedersen, 34 saves. Dragons with a big win over Monroe as the Moccasins fading away from playoff contention. Finally, the Lobsters now up 2-1. That score is incorrect. 2-1 on the Baton Rouge Zydeco through 40 minutes of play. Scott Chirac and Orca Weisblatt traded goals in that second period. Weisblatt has 2, both assisted by Garrett Milan and Danil Glukaria. Of course, here your final tonight, Prowlers 7 and Rockers 3. One last reminder, we'd like to see you on the PHP Network for our next broadcast, Friday, March the 21st, 7:05 puck drop, 6:50 pregame. And of course, if you can make it to McMorran Place, it's Mental Health Awareness Night, so be sure to come out and cheer on the Prowlers, just like the great crowd that was here tonight. They saw a great game. You can see one as well in person. Get your tickets at phprowlers.com/tickets. For now, for Kim running the camera, I'm Will Wiggleman. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time on the PHP Network.
Thank you.